What's happening? What's going on, guys? It's Pat Gravy, episode 423, and your favorite three podcast boys are back. It's Alex, Pat, and Bobby, and we're gonna talk about some stuff today. We're gonna talk about stuff. That's what we're gonna be talking about. That was the plan.
I was under the impression that we're gonna talk about things.
Things, okay, maybe we will cover things, but we'll also be talking about stuff.
Oh, okay.
And shit, I guess. You know, like I feel like when you say like you can do this and shit, you know, like that just.
We talking Blippy?
We're talking Blippy. we're going all Blippy all the time. Some parents might have got that joke, but we're as you know, co-parents. We do raise Skylar Lester, our podcast son. We raised him via this podcast, so we are dads. Technically. So, you know, we understand. We get when he was growing up, he watched Blippy, but a different kind of Blippy. Let's get into our pre-cum segment, the pre-comeback kid portion of the show where we throw out any ideas. You know, I've had some solid businesses I came up with. We came up with Gravy Tech last week. That was pretty bomb. And we'll pitch whatever we want. And this is a judgment-free zone. It's a trust tree. So, you know, it's just friends talking about stuff. Does anybody want to start?
Yeah. Are there any days that you just like refuse to masturbate? Like not like day of the week, but like say if there's like a funeral or if it's like 9/11. Is there just some days where you're just like, I can't do it today? That would be inappropriate.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure there have been days. I can't think of anything like off the top of my head, but like I don't recall like jerking off like before going to a funeral or anything. What about you?
I don't think anything would stop me.
Nothing
like
at all.
If it's a sad day, like I need the endorphin release. I got to cheer myself up, or if it's you know, you're stressed. You're like I got to relieve some of this stress. Maybe,
Robert, what about you? It's a little bit different, I feel like, for me, and probably Robert now too, because like when you live with like a chick, it's you get limited time. Like Emma usually would work from home. She got a job recently, so you know I've had a schedule to kind of open up. I had like some time slots available, but before that, it was like I was very, very rarely. You don't have time.
I just picture Alex sending her out like on an errand just so he can jerk.
Can you go get milk?
wait, no. Take the long way.
Will you go get the DoorDash? Will you go meet the guy out there real quick?
He can't figure it out.
Just give me like 2 minutes. But Robert, it's kind of like, you know, they're when you have a woman around your house more, you just can't like sneak off into like a corner and jerk off.
Well, don't do it in a corner. That's weird.
Right. Well, it's just like, I don't know.
You're just like facing the wall and she walks in like, don't look at me.
Don't nothing. So stop. I'm fine.
I'm in timeout.
All right. That got weird.
I got really weird.
I think I probably wouldn't jerk off before a funeral or like, I don't think
I'm not saying that I have.
I'm going to say I'm not going to jerk off on 9/11. I'll you know what? I'll put my foot down and say I will not jerk off on 9/11.
Well, let's see what day of the week that is.
Anniversary of 9/11 this year, so for
Saturday
we cannot do that. That's like Saturdays are pretty busy for me.
I mean, pre-college football, you gotta get yourself in the right state of mind, man.
Yeah, you don't have time.
You can't be putting in bets with a clouded mind, Alex. Come on, think about this.
That's true. Yeah, that's why I was losing so much, right?
You might have to sneak off into the corner.
I'll be right back. It's definitely, and I'm not like watching porn on my computer. I'm just gambling, but like I just got to clear my mind.
And you only have 2 rooms in your apartment, so there's really nowhere to hide.
Yeah. So that was my point. I was like, I don't have a lot of like open windows.
Just go out on your patio.
Not that I jerk off into open windows. I wouldn't do that. I'm not that kind of guy. But
go on your balcony, lay down, and hope nobody has a drone.
I gotta see if this is a no-fly area. Let's move on though. Anybody? Do you have any more ideas, Pat?
No, just jacking it.
Robert?
Nope. I think we should go with your ideas.
Well, once again, I brought plenty for everybody. I also realized that I was reading somebody's Facebook post, I think, about meal prepping, and it just seemed exhausting. They're like, all you have to do is cut up this much stuff and bread this chicken and do this and then do this and then do this. And I was like, yeah, but that's like a whole Sunday you just spent like making food. Like, I feel like there's a life hack to just saying you meal prep, and that's just eating leftovers. That's kind of what meal prepping is. It's just like, I eat leftovers. I made these on Sunday and I'm eating them periodically throughout the week. Like, okay, I have leftover Chinese food. I'm meal prepping, dude.
It's like I could take 3 hours out of my Sunday and do this, or I could spend 20 minutes a night and just cook myself dinner. I'll take the 20 minutes a night
and of whatever I was getting DoorDashed to me, and then just have food for lunch.
I only have 2 days off a week because I work Monday to Friday. I'm going to spend half of one of those days. No, just fucking spend 20 minutes and cooking doesn't take that long and it's not that hard. Cleanup's a pain in the ass, but that's why if you live with someone, you cook so they have to clean.
Well, it's not the case at my house, but
I mean, that's the way it should be. Those are the rules. My dad always cooked and he never cleaned. He was y'all do that. Actually, that's not true. He does clean it most of the time too. Well, you're a piece of shit.
Although I did make us some mean grilled cheese sandwiches on Sunday. I was like, hey, you were traveling today. I got it. And I was just like, I made the most basic food you could ever make. Here, I could have just made cereal. That would have been the only thing that would have been simpler to make.
Cereal's always good.
Yeah, cereal's.
Popcorn is a snack. It's not a meal.
Sometimes popcorn can be a meal.
You're a piece of shit.
No, popcorn can be a meal. For me, I include like chips as a meal sometimes. But I think that meal prepping is really just a fancy way for saying I eat leftovers a lot. It makes it seem like, dude, sick brag, dude. I eat leftovers too. I had pizza the other day. I've been eating that for lunch for 3 days now. Meal prep. Normalize just regular meal preps that don't have to be healthy. All meal prepping isn't healthy.
As long as you put them into their own container. Be like, no, I'm not eating leftover pizza all week. I'm meal prepping.
Just make like 5 peanut butter jelly sandwiches. Just have them in the fridge ready to go.
That's not a bad idea. I mean,
or
I would just
make
say
100 and then just have them sitting in the fridge like that too. And then you have weeks worth.
I don't know about that. The bread might go bad, but the I think everyone should always have 5 PB and J's in their fridge. That's just a great, like, you come up like, what do I want to eat? Well, there's a PB and J right here that's going to fill me up. It's going to be delicious. Might as well eat that.
Yeah, PB and J's should always be available. Always have a spare one ready to go. Everybody, pause this and go make a PB and J.
Or listen to us while you're making a PB and J.
Do that too. Yeah, PB and J should definitely be available at all times in your fridge. So always just set one aside, have it ready to go, and then when you're hungry, boom, peanut butter and jelly sandwich. And it's like way better tasting when you don't have to make it. Because when you make a sandwich and then you eat the sandwich and you're like, damn it, I feel like I just spent all that time making a sandwich. And it's not like you're spending that long.
And I ate it in 9 seconds.
Yeah. It's like, but I just did that. Oh, I want it back. The eating to creating ratio of most food, I would say, it's just, it almost seems like it's not worth it. I can't wait until we can just have like IVs that just go in us. And it's like, we just got all that stuff. That's just normal to have IVs in. And it's like, oh, cool, I got all the food and stuff I needed.
Yeah. I mean, it does kind of suck how long food takes to cook versus how long you spend eating it. But like, that's why you just got to just start learning to cook. Because then the more you cook, the more you don't even think about it. Like, it just becomes easy. So you're like, God, fucking fly buzzing around my head. Not cool flies. It just becomes easy. And then you're like, sweet, you get better at it and you're eating better food. You don't think about the 20 minutes it takes to cook.
I don't feel like I don't want to waste that much time. I'll just order DoorDash and then wait 45 minutes to get food. That's how I work. And I'll spend $1 billion over it and just go broke that way.
But while you're cooking, then, you can put on, you can either listen to Pass the Grady Pod, or if you've already done that, then you can put on the video version and watch it while you're cooking.
Mm-hmm. Maybe listen to it while watching.
And then while you're staring at our faces, your appetite will go down. So then you'll only eat a little bit of what you cook because you won't be hungry anymore. Bam, you just meal prep for the rest of the week.
Done.
See how I tied that in?
Yep. Perfect. Put a
little bow on it.
I got another idea, another pretty solid idea that I'd like to pitch to you guys. And it's we were just talking about like bread that you were saying could go bad. Like, what if there was an app that you could just go look at, like, hey, this milk looks like it's, I mean, it says it's past the expiration date, but like it doesn't smell too bad. And you could just send a picture of that to this, like using an app. It's called like, does this look okay? And then there's somebody that works for, does this look okay? It's just like, yeah, it looks good. And like, they kind of judge it. Cause like, sometimes you just need like one other person to tell you like, yeah, okay. Or I wouldn't eat that. Like, hey, is 6-day-old pizza good still? Was there chicken on it? Yeah, there was a lot of chicken. It's fine. I'm just going to eat it anyways. It's like, does this look okay?
I'm on board with this.
Yeah, maybe don't.
100%. Oh, 95% because not milk. Milk, once it's 2 days before the expiration date, you stop drinking it. That's my rule.
2 days before the expiration date?
I don't fuck around. I don't fuck around with milk. I either finish it or it gets thrown away.
Milk is good like a week after the expiration date.
Nope, don't like the smell of it. Which is this is my one weird food thing because I will eat and drink fucking anything. For some reason, milk is where I draw the line. I'm very cautious about milk.
I always feel like that's why I get almond milk, because you can just have it in your refrigerator for a month and not worry about it.
Yeah, I haven't had it in a while, but yeah, I have noticed that about almond milk. But I mean, that's just it's my thing, man. I don't trust it. I don't trust milk.
Milk, you can at least get the smell test. There's some stuff where it's like, is this good? Is it
but
okay?
That's the thing.
There was one piece of mold on the bread, but it wasn't on the piece that I ate.
It's a mental thing for me with milk. Like, I know, like, it'll smell bad to me before it's ever bad. Just because my brain's like, it's getting close to that date. Nope, smells bad. I can't do it.
But they put the expiration date because it should be good there.
I know. I'm telling you, I know it's a mental block for me. Not that I really drink milk anymore anyway, because, you know, carbs and I'm trying to keep this figure.
Right.
But yeah, it's just how I've always been with milk. But anything else, I think that's a great idea. Like, does this cheese look okay? Do these shrimp look like they're undercooked? And my phone just blanks because I'm one of the people that works there. I'm like, nah, dude, you're good. And then like a lot of people get sick because I've got an iron stomach.
Obviously you have like a disclaimer at the beginning of the app. It's like, hey, if you get sick, we're just guys on apps that are just trying to tell you. And really, we're just there to be like the yeah man. Like, unless it looks like if there's mold all over it, you're like, does this look okay? Then you'd be like, yeah, probably not. Don't do that. But like most stuff, I'd just be like, yeah, dude, go for it. 7-day-old shrimp? Maybe not.
Like, there would have to be some sort of pretty good vetting process to become one of the judges on there. It's like, I think you'd need people that are just like naturally caring. But like, so like, I kind of feel like hippie surfer dudes where they're just like, nah, dude, I want to do that. Like, I feel like they'd have no problem telling you. But also me, like, I know a lot about food, but also I've got an iron stomach and I kind of probably eat a lot of questionable shit anyway.
But not when it comes to milk.
Not milk.
Not milk. Milk
not
is
milk.
His kryptonite.
Milk is Pat's bank.
If it comes out of somebody's tits, I'm very careful with it.
Milk is Pat's bank.
He doesn't trust it.
He's like, I'm not doing it. Okay, that's why he doesn't drink milk anymore. Gave it up. Gave up the stuff.
Actually, I had chocolate milk this morning.
Chocolate milk isn't milk. It is,
yeah,
but it isn't. It's like, that's just like a treat.
I had chocolate milk and orange juice. I was very healthy this morning.
I don't think that's healthy.
Yeah, I'm getting
orange juice is filled with sugar,
vitamin C.
Right. Okay.
And calcium. And chocolate milk is supposedly like great for you. Like in moderate, like they say, like after you work out and stuff, and like athletes and stuff, and like running and shit, you're supposed to drink some chocolate milk. Something about it is really good for you. I think it's probably
the same as regular milk.
Yeah, but it's chocolate.
It's just regular milk, but with chocolate. How would chocolate make it? Like, why wouldn't you just eat like a candy bar after a workout then, if that's what's good for you?
Because that's bad chocolate. Too much sugar in that chocolate.
You're right. It's
see, like cocoa,
chocolate milk.
Cocoa has good qualities for your body, and so does milk. And you put them together, and it's basically a superfood.
Okay. Well, we're learning a lot today, I feel like.
Yeah, chocolate milk is basically pomegranate juice.
Milk is a superfood.
I mean, I talked myself into it.
No, I'm cool with that. I like that. I think we should run with that.
I'm very on board.
Hashtag PTGMD if you guys want any more doctor questions answered. That's basically us. We're not doctors, but we can look up WebMD for you, or just make it up. And that's mostly what we'll do. But the does this look okay app though? We wouldn't like really do a lot of vetting. It's mostly just like, dude, do you seem like a chill guy? All right. Like it'd probably be like if I started it, I'd probably be pretty lazy about the hiring process. I'd probably have to put Robert in charge if I wanted to be taken seriously. Cause like you could just bullshit with me for like 2 minutes. Like, all right, seems like a nice guy. Yeah, just do your best and don't be a dick.
You gotta rate the people that give you advice too. So then you start getting tiers. Obviously, like trolls are going to be weeded out very quickly.
I like that.
Dude, that looks good.
Come together and make this. We all make this work together. Robert, did you have anything you think like any criticisms, anything you think would add to this to make it better?
I think I couldn't be a part of it because I'm colorblind. I feel like that you have to be able to see colors. Like if there's something on the food.
But I would argue that they say that if you lose your sight, that your hearing is better or whatever. Maybe not being able to see colors, you can see details on food that might ring some more bells. I don't want to say raise any red flags because I don't know if you could see them, but like they might ring some bells where you could be like, you know what, that does look a little too grainy over there. It looks like there might be something developing over there. Like, I feel like maybe that would be something that you could be good at still. So I'd still let you work it. But then, if the ratings were shitty, people kept getting sick, then you're good. We just wouldn't we'd have to put something that's like, we're not at fault if you die because of eating stuff.
No, you don't have to work. You don't have to work as one of the advice guys, Robert. I would want you more on the administrative end of this company.
Okay.
You'd probably be CEO. Let's be honest. Like we'd put Robert in charge.
You actually you would be CEO, but we would still also be like co-CEOs, but you would do the most stuff.
Yeah.
Because I would fuck it up and Pat would fuck it up.
No, or you know what? Robert would probably be CFO, Chief Financial Officer. And then we're just the idea guys.
That sounds cool too.
Yeah. You'd be CEO.
But you could also be an idea guy. You have like a cool title too.
I'd be like Chief of Marketing, maybe.
You'd be assistant to the CFO.
No, if I was Robert's assistant, he'd fire me very fucking quickly. I don't want to get fired. I need to work laterally from Robert, not with him.
Adding to the app though, some other things we could throw into it. I mean, obviously we would start with food and stuff, but then maybe we, the 2.0 version of it, when we get some buzz, we get people talking about it, we just start being like, yo, how's the fit today? And then you're just like, hey, here's what I'm wearing. Does this look okay? And they'll be like, yeah, dude, you look great, bro. Or like, no, man, what the fuck? You look whack, dude. Go change. Like, then that kind of because sometimes people don't know.
Does this look okay? And someone's like, no, dude, you got a stain on your collar. Like, fuck, bro. I
really?
Didn't see it. Thanks for
it could be just a wide open, does this look okay? Like you see some crime happening. You're like, is this guy, does this look okay?
We have different areas for it, like an NSFW one where it's like, listen, I'm going to be sending a dick pic to my girlfriend, but does this look okay? Or should I change with the angle? And bros can help bros.
Yeah. It's like, does this look okay after dark? But it's all consensual stuff that the people working have to know what they're doing it for.
No, but that's a premium that you got to pay for.
Yeah, that's what you got to pay for. That's we got to get some money at some point. We're offering so many services, really.
No. We're no charge ever. We run ads on the bottom. That's how we get paid.
We've done the free version, but then the other ones, it's like it could be like
you can pay for no ads
almost after a while. Right, it's like Hulu.
Swipe left, swipe right. Does this person look okay?
And just I feel like for anything in life, because sometimes when you're by yourself, you're like, man, I wish I just had somebody be like, Robert, should we do this? Like, you just need that person to either say yes or no, and it's like that's how I'll decide to do this. And sometimes it'd be nice to just be like, I don't have that guy here. What about this dude? And it's just a random, impartial party. You would think. Maybe not always, but then that's where we work out the kinks, dude. I think this has a lot of legs to it.
I think it could eventually turn into a dating app. Like, oh, you and this person like similar foods. maybe you'd be a match.
Ooh, like, oh, yeah. So like, it's just like the dating app is only like Thai food or barbecue, and it's like, boom. It's like they prefer Thai food over barbecue, and you're like, does this look okay? Like, no, I wanted barbecue guy. And then she swipes whatever, and then he's done, and then she matches with somebody that does want.
I feel like there is a dating app that does that kind of shit already.
Shut up. We're doing it. This is our thing.
We're going to improve it.
Verbal trademark. We're going to make every dating app better, but that's down the road. Initially, it's just like, is this food okay? We got to start small, get some buzz, and get things going. But I think this is about like $1 billion idea if we really develop it. So looking for investors, I would say. Also,
idea number
Gravy
4
Tech.
from Gravy Tech.
This is a Gravy Tech company.
I feel like we need a Gravy Tech shirt.
Somebody start keeping track of all of our Gravy Tech company ideas, just so at some point at some board meeting, Brett Brandon, I'll say you or Todd Voss, y'all work it out because
here's
y'all
an
obviously
idea
on the board, and then y'all just need to know like all of our companies / shell companies, because some of these don't even have to really be companies if we want to hide some money. This is all, obviously we're on a tree of trust. Everybody listening is our lawyer and cannot turn on us. Like we could like hide some money in certain spots. Like say like one thing doesn't work out. Like my caffeine toothpaste I was going to toss out. Robert and I had a discussion that maybe we don't pitch that idea. Like if I had pitched that idea, it would have been a bad idea, which is why I didn't pitch it, because I only pitched fire ideas. And like we would have just used, like we could funnel money through that, even if it didn't work out.
So I got an idea for a couple shirts off of this for Gravy Tech. Why don't we just have basic Gravy Tech logo? Then we can also sell one where it's like Gravy Tech, but it's like employee shirts where on the back of it, it either says like marketing or security or sales, and then everyone can buy their shirt for like what area they want to work in at Gravy Tech.
Just say employee.
Well, I want to give options. So like, because I feel like
we don't have to print 3 different shirts.
Oh, I'm just saying we can do them in different runs. Because I feel like Josh Tree would want to work security, but Todd Voss might be more in sales, you know.
So at Pass the Gravy Pod, let us know if you're in the Gravy Gang. Like we're obviously gonna hire you. We did get a couple of okays on. I think we have like 6 or 7 kids that are committed now to coming to work for us. They are not working for us. We're not doing child labor, but
it's a verbal
we've got
commitment.
Contracts. We've got contracts basically.
Verbal contracts. Yeah.
With
Nothing's
like
been
their
signed.
parents that like they're gonna work. So then their parents get to be like, well, you know, she's like only like 3 and she's already got a promising career ahead of her at Gravy Tech. And people are like, that sounds important. Wow, she's a genius. You know, like you got that to brag about for like 16 years until they can legally start working, and then they actually have to start doing shit. And we'll figure it out.
Maybe we should change up the spelling too. So when people are like, what is it, Gravy Company? And it's like GRAV and then like an I with like the 2 dots over it. So people think it's like Swedish or something.
No, dude, it's Gravy Tech, but the TEC at the end.
Okay.
And all right, somebody make this logo. Like the Y is a ladle.
Ooh.
Boom.
There's our shirt.
That's it. Somebody give us a design for that. And we'll print it. Print the shirts. Okay, so yeah, does this look okay? That's gonna be a Gravy Tech product.
I love that
Hi, Sam.
idea. Hi, Sam.
And then we are also what else did I have? I had one more solid idea. Oh, this is my best idea.
You guys are supposed to be doing shots when we say hi, Sam in the background. Don't forget that.
We can't do it all the time because it does interrupt some shit sometimes. But
no, I'm saying they are the
okay.
listeners.
Okay. My best idea for this week, not that all the other ones weren't great because they are, but probably my best idea, maybe yet, is what about like what would you say that fortune cookies taste the most like if you had to pick another like cookie type thing? What do fortune cookies?
That's what I was thinking. Wafers.
You think they taste like wafers?
Mm-hmm.
Because I would say they taste like ice cream cones. Like when you bite into an ice cream cone, it has like the same kind of taste. It's like a light, sugary, breaded taste. That that's basically what it is. And like I think that we should make.
Bye, Sam. She's leaving. For those of you that are listening,
it's gonna be super entertaining every time. But my idea was we should have ice cream cones that are also like fortune cookies because they kind of have a similar taste. Like you already get ice cream that has like a joke at the end of the stick. Like when you get to the stick, it's got something that you can like, haha, that's funny. I just had ice cream and now here's a joke. Like that would be cool, wouldn't it? It's like you get a fortune at the very end of the very bottom of the cone.
I'm trying to figure out how the little piece of paper is going to be destroyed by the ice cream and chocolate.
You just put like a little, like it could be, it gets a little chocolate on it, but it's like paper, dude. Like you can still wipe it off and read it.
No, we just have to put, I guess, like some sort of little wax finish on the paper. Yeah, I'm in.
Like who's gonna hate it? Because like it's like, oh, what, like a cool little like prize, a little treat. Like, and like with fortune cookies, you actually have to go like open the fortune cookie. This is just at the bottom of what you've already treated yourself to, like a nice ice cream cone. You finish it, and instead of being like, some people don't like the bottom of the cone. I know a lot of people do, but the people that don't, it's like, I get to bite into this. Boom. There's like a little tiny like compartment we could make at the very end, which just got like a little rolled up piece.
If you don't like the bottom of the cone, you're living life completely wrong. Like it's just like extra chocolate drips and stops right there. So then you have like an extra chocolatey bite. The bottom of the cone is the best part of the cone.
Yeah.
Like
if you don't, I don't know, the ice cream,
if you
is
don't
the best
like
part.
I mean, if you don't like the bottom, but you know what I'm saying. And this is for cones where it's got that like chocolate coating on the inside. Let's be clear. Mm-hmm. But if you don't like that, then you got some real smooth brain shit going on.
Real smooth brain shit.
Yeah. I like this idea.
I like the fortune cone. We could call them fortune cones, and it's just like a nice, like, it's we literally just buy whatever the fortune, like wherever they buy the fortune cookie fortunes from. You just put it in a different device.
No, I want to do our own. I want to be like,
but that's like more stuff we have to think. Like we could just outsource this. Boom, we could order 4,000 fortunes today,
or
and then we just got to figure out the compartment to make.
By saying like, your day will go much better if you have another ice cream cone. Bam, you just got to eat 2 instead of 1.
True. And like, yeah, because you could have like some bad ones too. Like that it's like, oh, well, if I just eat one more, then like, oops. I don't know. If you order Chinese food and they feel like 5 fortune cookies and you get one you don't like, you can open up another one and get that fortune. But whatever your last fortune is the one you have. So you could just keep eating ice cream until you got a good fortune, and boom, you're enjoying a nice treat, and you finally figure out a fortune you want. And there's always like a good one. Sometimes we put a couple shitty ones in there to, make you keep going. That way we also sell more product. We make more money. Boom.
That's what I was saying.
I think this is just a big, like a big plot of money we're just waiting for. We're just sitting on a big hill of money.
Oops, try again.
Try again. Ask me later. But it's just everything an 8-ball would say. We just shake a magic 8-ball and those are all the answers. Like this is just, there's 5 or 6 different answers and that's it.
Yeah, we could market it like that. Like this is like, ask a question, eat the ice cream, find out the answer at the end. Like, yeah, ask, like try again. The genie. Try again later.
I'm kind of dumb. The next cone will know the answer.
It's just, yeah, it's like the Taco Bell packets, but like more with just sort of a vague answer.
Or no,
like
fortunes,
later on,
not answers.
We could try and appeal to like, not that the astrology community would be easy to like dupe, but like if we wanted to, we could just be like, these are Leo bars, and they just have like, beware of those who act friendly but aren't. Like that's just like, we just do dumb horoscopes and throw those in there. But it's like we've already predetermined it, because that's, I feel like what somebody does when they write the horoscope section anyways, they just like spin a wheel and they're like, and okay, be cautious. So good things will come to those who wait.
I recently like randomly stumbled across a couple of the girls that I work with, their Twitters. So I followed them and they followed me back, and now they post shit about like astrology, and every time I just want to be like, yeah, that's not real, right? Because I say this shit to them at work. Like they'll be talking about astrology. I'm like, yeah, dude, I'm a total astropithecus. Yeah.
It's Taurus season, guys. You know what that means. Like, I have no idea what that means.
This one chick's always like, yeah, it fucking Aries moves. And I'm like, that means nothing. You're just being a bitch.
You're just justifying something that's probably not great behavior by throwing that term on it.
Shut up and get back behind the host stand. If I just said dick shit like that to them. Sorry, I know that was off topic, but
did it tell you to do this? Did it tell you maybe you should shut the fuck up and just get behind the hostess stand?
Hey, maybe you should spend less time tweeting about this stupid shit and more time writing down full names in the address book when people book reservations.
I like that.
Yeah. No, I'm gonna start doing that. I'm gonna start just being dicks to them on Twitter. This is gonna be fun.
But fortune cones, the way of the future, like Dippin' Dots, that like they've had, like it's not the future anymore, you know. Like we are in the future that Dippin' Dots talked about.
Dippin' Dots had their time and they fucked up.
You get that title. We are the new ice cream of the future. Fortune cones coming to ice box near you. Freezer, ice cream truck, one of those, wherever they go. What else did I have? I had a couple other things I was just gonna ideas just to throw out. This isn't like a business idea, but they need to make Capri Sun pouches bigger. Like they should sell like a large version of that. I understand the regular the classic size, but why don't they have like a half-gallon pouch of Capri Sun? It seems like that would be tight.
Way too much sugar.
People would buy that.
Way too much sugar.
Well, no, it doesn't need to be a pouch.
Who are you to tell me how much sugar I can have?
Yeah, calm down, Cuomo. I thought you just resigned out of office. Oh, wait, or was it Bloomberg that did that? I don't know. Screw you, New York.
Giuliani.
Trying to tell me how much sugar I can and can't consume. If I want to, I will eat a bucket of sugar while smoking a cigar, drinking whiskey, and downing 19 Capri Suns. You can't tell me what to do. It's my freedom to give myself diabetes.
But you're not drinking the Capri Sun. It's the kids.
Screw you.
No, I would drink giant Capri Suns. If you sell Capri Suns like that are half-gallon pouches, I'm buying them.
Do you have any idea how much Capri Sun I used to drink in college? Answer: a lot more than I did when I was a kid. But yeah, sell it like the gallon jugs, like every other juice company does. It doesn't have to be in a pouch.
It makes no sense.
They're severely limiting their market share.
Right. Like so many more people. I'm not saying like if you want to go pouch only, I get that, dude. I get it, but just give me a larger option. King
size pouch. Everything else in the world got king size 15 years ago, except for fucking
get with
pouches.
It, Capri Sun. Like how it makes no sense. It's like, yes, these are great for after kids soccer games when mom has to bring snacks. They're great for any lunch in school.
You know what else?
But they're also like they should be available for me who doesn't want to have to keep going and getting them because they're gone real quick.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Besides that, you know what other time of day they're great for? Every other time of day, at all times.
Literally
of day,
any time.
11:30 at night. Capri Sun.
More like Capri Fun. Am I right?
Bingo.
That should be their motto. Capri Fun. Yes, please.
I mean,
you'd think.
Not gonna lie, I used to bring them out when we were playing volleyball in college, and I would, in between games, drink Capri Suns. Most of the time, it was beer. Sometimes it was Capri Suns because they're delicious and refreshing.
It's just almost like a crime. It should be a crime that they don't have the option.
It's just it's laziness by their literally their entire company. The people that hire, marketing, sales, top to bottom, it's a failure that they haven't figured out. Hey, if we just make bigger pouches, we can sell more of this shit.
Here's an idea: a pillow that also is like Capri Sun. Like you can keep buying the pillows. I mean, they're probably gonna be expensive, but like a Capri Sun pillow, and you can just, you have a straw, you can suck on some Capri Sun whenever you feel like it. In the middle of the night, who needs water? You got Capri Sun.
That would be
creamy,
perfect,
bro.
I wake up dry mouth all the time, and if I could just like grab a little spigot on my pillow and take a sip, that'd be perfect.
And like, yeah, you tuck the straw back in when you're done with it. Like, Robert, did you just seem like a crazy idea to you? You seem like your facial expressions do not lead me to believe that you are buying into our ideas, which I feel like is a great idea.
A drink pillow? I don't like the drink pillow idea.
What? Like you want more of a firm pillow? Then don't drink it. You don't want as firm of a pillow. You're more of a feather pillow kind of guy or gal. Then just you drink a little bit of it, you get it right to that perfect level, and then
no, but then you're laying weird. You're laying to the side, so like maybe you choke on it, and then you spit it out all over the pillow, all over the bed. This is a recipe for disaster.
I think Robert's just afraid he's going to have an accident in the middle of the night in his beds. He's going to drink too much.
It's spin zone on that. When you do have an accident, Robert,
you could just drink it
like, oops. Oh, no, you just say, oops, it popped. And then you blame your pillow, and it wasn't you. so you don't get embarrassed. There's an easy out.
I
would say it's a pretty foolproof idea.
If there's a
why do they ever make waterbed?
If there's a possibility of popping, then no, it shouldn't happen.
Zero possibility of popping. As long as you don't have a pillow fight with that pillow, I think you're going to be okay.
See, now you can't have pillow fights.
Well, you just don't use that one. Use other pillows. Don't be a psycho with just one pillow on your bed.
Think I made money?
Robert, I feel like I could probably count on one hand the amount of pillow fights you've had in your life. You don't strike me as a pillow fight guy.
Robert's a big pillow fight guy.
Yeah. I fight with so many pillows.
When I think Robert, I think pillow fight. I don't know about you.
I don't think he could hang.
I think he could, dude. I think like it's Robert may not appear that way, but it's like those are the guys you got to watch out for. He's probably got a cannon.
So my brother
decapitate you.
Instead of just swinging the pillow like a normal person, my brother used to just make a fist behind the pillow and like grab it, and he would just punch you through the pillow like a goddamn psycho.
That's not a pillow fight.
That's what I used to say, and he would just keep punching me in the head.
That's just a fist fight.
That's assault, brother.
That's basically what that is.
Yeah, he was a dick as a child.
What else did I take note for? I'm just gonna just run through these, but glass bottom airplanes. We should why don't we have any of those? They have glass bottom boats. I don't know the logistics, but it'd be cool to kind of be able to see maybe you just do the aisle. Wouldn't it be cool to see where you're flying over? You're always looking out the window, and that way it's even if you don't have a window seat, you have a window seat. Just look down.
Nope. Too many people are too skittish on planes. You add that extra ability for them to freak out by seeing more. Don't like it. By the way, you can't close a glass bottom. If I want it dark, I'm closing my window and I'm trying to go to sleep. You got a glass bottom.
You put that above it, and you can just.
It's gonna be bright throughout the entire plane, though.
You know those blinds that you can do where they're inside 2 layers of glass, and you can just slide the thing up and down. Just you have those.
But then basically you're just putting windows on the bottom if you can cover it.
Yeah, dude. Everybody wants a window seat. Now everybody has a window seat.
No, he's just trying to get money because that's now we have windows. And so now we need window wipers for the bottom of the plane too.
You're on to me. I mean, these are great ideas. These are great ideas. And if I slowly incorporate my other ideas into the new ideas that I'm pitching, then it's all I'm just making money hand over fist, guys. This is how we take Gravy Tech to the fucking moon. I'm sorry that I'm all in. All right.
Just creating industries where there was none before.
Exactly. I'm a titan of a brand new damn industry. The glass bottom plane industry.
Yeah, creating solutions to problems there weren't before.
But also kind of cool. Right? You know how cool it'd be to see a little windshield wiper on a glass bottom plane? I think everybody be dude, check that out. That's tight.
Pretty sure they hand wash those.
Well, what if you're in the air, Pat?
What if you are?
I don't know. What if they forgot? What if they don't want to have to hand wash them every time? That way you would save time. You could you wouldn't have delays in flights because you'd be hand washing.
You still have to hand wash the rest of the plane.
No, you just put the wipers everywhere. There's a way you could do it. I don't know. I'm not the engineer, dude. I just come up with the ideas. I pay someone else to make those happen, and I'm not paying anybody yet. But eventually,
and then nobody pays to
the range where they work for us.
God damn you!
Excuse me for just bringing ideas. All right. Then I don't really have any more.
No glass bottom planes.
I think that it'd be kind of cool. But you get to pick if you want to go on the glass bottom plane. It's not just everybody. But then my other thing was I love hearing people's Nextdoor stories. That Nextdoor app where it's just somebody in the neighborhood just bitching about somebody was staring at my dandelions too long and I don't like it. Who's this man in the red shirt that looks at my flower bed? And they're just going a rant, and it's just why? It seems like it's a lot of people that are very lonely that just want to bitch, but don't have anybody else to bitch to. So they just, it's Facebook's not enough. I got to go to Nextdoor. I don't have a Nextdoor because I live in an apartment complex. But I would like maybe this is like a monthly segment or something like that we do where you guys send us your best like weird next door experiences that you have. I know that there's some online.
Here's one right here. Fake violinists tricking people for money. Please do not donate to fake violinist players that sometimes show up in Katy. They usually have an electric violin connected to a small amplifier that plays really loud music. And then it just goes on from there. So right away, bam, I just checked my email. That was the first one.
That's pretty great.
Yeah. It's
like,
a shit show.
But just send me your weirdest ones. Like if everybody sends them, we'll have a nice like accumulation of them and we'll find the weirdest weird ones. And it's got to be yours. Don't like there are plenty of them online that people post of other people. But like if you have one specifically, it's weird. We'll take out names and stuff. But like I don't know. Somebody was telling me like about the weird like arguments that their neighbors get in on Nextdoor, and he was reading them to me today, and I was just like, I want the Gravy Gang to give me some more shit because there's got to be some gold that we're missing out on. But
I saw one the other day that I wanted to troll.
I like reading those.
I don't even remember what it was, but I remember thinking I should just post. Should have been standing there, and I was like, you know what? I'm not even going to engage with these people.
It seems like they don't have anything else to do, so like they have no problem just bitching and just like going back and forth. It's the guy on Facebook that like you make like one like snarky comment and then like they like tag you 14 times trying to respond. It's like, yeah, see, he's got nothing to say back. I was like, I also was just like, I don't really care. I'm not gonna argue with you all day.
I'm not 65, so don't check my email 5 times
a day. I was paging him.
See right here, somebody's commenting on the violinist one. Don't hate the hustle.
I kind of want to just get it next door and just troll.
Dude, do it.
So the violin, it plays its own music. Is that what they're saying?
Your
kid won't even have to learn violin.
Yeah.
And he can play in the orchestra.
So they're saying it's an electric violin connected to a small amplifier that plays really loud music. If you watch them closely, you can tell they are not actually playing. The movements do not match the music during the fast moving parts. If you ask them to play without the electronics, they will refuse. I have recorded 2 videos of 2 different fakers. The most recent was today at Target on Fry and I-10. Here are the links to both videos. Spread the word so they don't trick people out of their hard-earned money. Who gives a shit? It's a show. Like, it's just entertainment.
Dude, but like, do you know how funny that is? That somebody is like, they're like, I want to be one of those violinists that you see on the streets and people give money to, but they didn't even like learn the violin. They just, they're just playing like a track and pretending they're just like a mime. They're a mime. They're violin mimes.
They need to get a job. The more people be giving them money, the more lazy you're making them. They're too young to be out there begging for money when a lot of places need help and are hiring. Stop is all capitalized. Stop making these people more lazy.
I mean, I would say that they're hustling. Like that's like they're actors. At that point, literally, you're an actor. You're acting like you can play violin.
They make their wife and small toddlers
hilarious.
Stand out in the heat and use them as a ploy for money. So sad. Crying emoji. Yep, this is definitely a new segment we're doing. And yeah, actually, let me change that last one because it was a woman's face. They make their wife and small toddlers stand out in the heat to use them as a ploy for money. So sad. Oh, damn, Deanna has commented like 4 times.
Deanna is fed up.
My husband's from Europe. He said they're gypsies. Yep, this is 100% a new segment. 100%.
That was like the weird thing. Like when my friend was reading me the ones about his place, like in his area, it was like there would just be like weird like complaints, and then like somebody makes it like racial for no reason.
Oh yeah. Oh
like,
yeah.
What? That's a weird accusation to throw out, not knowing any of the facts.
I'm surprised nobody hopped onto that gypsy one, that gypsy comment.
My husband's from Europe.
He said they're gypsies. Oh right, man!
So at
I haven't
PTG,
actually looked through here in a while.
# PTG next door, and like you can just screenshot it and send it to us on Twitter at PassGradePod, hashtag PTG next door. Screenshot it, or you can explain it more if you want to as well. But like, I'd love to see the next door weird shit that people do. That maybe I'll just get next door. Maybe I'll just get it and be entertained by it. And just
it's pretty fucking great.
Let's move on to the comeback kid of the week segment, where we tell you guys we just shoehorn back in whatever we feel like talking about that's happened in the last week. It's brought to you by our good friends at Bee's Knees Honey Company, the best honey and honey products in all the land. They've got awesome honey that they got for you. They have their honey straws are my personal favorite because, you know, you can take them anywhere you want on the go. They're like you can just cut the top off, you slide the rest of the honey down into your tea. If you're making tea at work, it's awesome. You can use it as a little stir. And then they got it in the jars as well. They have the comb honey. My personal favorite thing on the entire Bee's Knees website is the honey butter, and specifically the Oreo cookie honey butter. Check it out, guys. I promise you, get the Oreo cookie honey butter. It's $14.99, Lila's recipe. And you guys are going to like it. And if you don't like it, I will Venmo you $15 because I know that you will be lying to me if you say you don't like it, because it's the shit. It's like ice cream, but it's not ice cream at all. It's just like you can put it, they're like, yeah, you can put it on bread, you can put it on toast. It would probably be awesome on toast. I didn't have time to put it on toast because I just ate it with a spoon when I got it. It was awesome. The Oreo.
That's too much cooking for Alex.
It is. You guys know I don't like cooking. Check it out. They got royal jelly. They also have lip balms. My go-to lip balm is Bee's Knees Honey Company lip balm. That's what I keep in my pocket. One of the things I take in my pocket with me everywhere I go every day. Give them a follow on Twitter and Instagram. Alex O, I believe, or Ryan and Alex O. I want to say they bought some Bee's Knees. Shout out to them for supporting the pod, and they tweeted about it. When you guys get anything from Bee's Knees Honey Company, beeskneeshoneycompany.com. Tag them on Twitter or Instagram. On Twitter, they're at Bee's Knees Honey 1, and on Instagram, they're at Bee's Knees Honey Co. Bee's Knees Honey Company, the official honey and honey product sponsor of Pass the Gravy and the Comeback Kid segment.
It's the Comeback Kid. The Comeback Kid of the week. The Comeback Kid of the week. Bitch.
All right. What are we going to start with today? It's milk crates. Milk crates are back. I feel like, obviously, they were probably most known for carrying milk.
Historically,
then,
yes.
I would say... yeah. Then they were kind of like, you would use them as like, some people would use them as like to make tables or whatever, or you would just kind of stack them. That was what they were used for. And then records. Back in the day, there were these things, Robert, called records, and people would put them in milk crates. And at least I've seen pictures of that. I never owned records, but still. That's what I think milk crates were for. And now what they've been used for is just stacking and crawling across. Now, I don't know if there's like a standard of like how tall they have to be. It seems like it's got to go pretty tall in the middle and then come back down. But I have watched so many milk crate challenges, and I always am anti-challenge guy. But this one is it's entertaining as shit, because now we're getting to the portion where people are getting extreme with it, because it's kind of like, all right, everybody's done this already. And so they're like, well, we're going to make ours really high, and they just eat shit. Or I saw a guy on a bike that just wiped out, and it didn't go well for him. But basically they stack them up like one, and then there's two milk crates like to like, I don't know, 8 or 9 or 10. And then you stack them back down. You're supposed to go all the way up to the top and then back down the opposite side. I kind of want to try it, but I also know that I would get hurt doing it, so I'm not going to try it.
Yeah, that's like a far way to fall.
Watching enough of them gets you tempted. Yeah, like the Colts mascot did that. Like I can't remember what his name is, but the Indianapolis Colts mascot did it.
Colty.
And I was like, yeah, but like he's got fucking a whole like mascot costume to like pad him. I mean, I've seen people break arms. I've seen people break legs.
Oh, yeah.
I've seen bruises on people's like backs. I'm sure there have been concussions. I'm sure there have been all kinds of other stuff from this. But it's one of the trends that I'm okay with.
It's awesome. And this was made for Twitter. Like, just the comments, specifically Black Twitter has been Absolutely. God damn it. Everything's falling off my fucking head right now. Yeah. Black Twitter has just taken this and been like, all right, now is when we shine, because the comments coming out of it are just the funniest fucking thing. I saw somebody just straight up took a picture at a Walmart of a bunch of crates, and it was like, it's official, white people are trying to kill us, because they were selling the crates for 99 cents a piece.
Well, I mean, I think that was just available to everybody, but
you know exactly what I'm saying. Like, the best part of Twitter is probably Black Twitter. It's easily the funniest part of Twitter.
It's up there.
Yeah. I mean, you combine people getting seriously hurt with just shit talking online, and it's comedy gold.
The jokes are great. Yeah. But dude, are you into it, Robert? Have you watched a lot of them? I know you kind of have a job that's revolved around like social media and stuff, but like I'll sit and like watch like 20 minutes of them at a time.
I think I watched one, and that was enough for me. I've not intentionally looked at any other ones, because I feel like you see one, you've seen them all.
Yeah, no, because people wipe out though. Sometimes people make it. Now it's at the point where it's like I never root for anybody to do it. I'm like never. I'm rooting. I saw somebody posted this like meme, and it was like, I root for the crates every damn time, and I do. Mm-hmm. I was just like, okay, because they always like most of the people can get to the top, and that like middle part before you come down, it's like then they start wobbling, and that's where it all goes down.
I mean, you can tell which ones. You can tell which ones you want to watch. If it's outside and the crates are stacked in grass,
if it's on concrete, I'm gonna watch that.
But if it's like inside on even concrete, a lot of the time I won't watch unless it's outside. If it's inside, they're doing it on steady ground where the crates aren't going to move. Who gives, like, that's where all the bodybuilding ones where guys like, I'm eating milk, and I walk up 4 of them. And then a chick hands me dumbbells, and I do curls on top, and then I get my cereal back, and I eat that on the way down. Like, yeah, dude, you were walking on steady ground.
And you know that they also wiped out on one of those, and they just didn't show that video.
Like, do it on grass when the milk crates wobble back and forth, and then I'll be fucking impressed.
Or do it on other strong men that are, like they have to they have to be on like hands and knees, and you have to use their backs to support the crates, and then show me how strong you and your buddies are.
Or one guy goes up each side, and you have to try and knock the other guy off and still make it down the other side. I'd watch that.
That'd be cool.
American Gladiator milk crate challenge.
It's never like when I'm like upset when I see people make it now. I'm just like, no.
But yeah, that was a waste of a minute and 20 seconds of my life.
Like that American Ninja Warrior show, it's like a cool show, I guess, but like I got off on it. Like I got off of it where like I was just like, I know what I said. I got off of it because like people were just good at it now. Like now people are just like, all right, well, this guy has done the course. This is his 7th time on it. And it's like, okay. Like he's got a personal best, and now he's like one of the top 3. Like I don't want to watch these guys. These guys are good at it. I want to watch the guys that I want it to be Wipeout, where people aren't gonna make it.
You want to watch people that look like me.
Yes.
Like watch me try and get up the
but it's like I don't care
time.
I don't care that the guy that's like the best at jungle gyms can also climb a giant jungle gym obstacle course that they made. Like, yeah, no shit. I would expect that. That's cool. It's a cool skill. But it's like, I don't care that this guy can do 40-foot monkey bars and then hop on a thing that's like swiveling to another thing that's swiveling, and then like slide across a zip line one-armed over water, and then hop on a bouncy ball somewhere. Like, I don't fucking care. Wipeout. I want Wipeout because that's what the milk crate challenge has given me. And I think that's what makes me like it so much, is the opportunity to just watch somebody just eat shit. I don't care who you are. Said. Eat shit. That's good old fashioned fun right there.
I don't want to watch you succeed. I just want to watch you eat shit.
Exactly.
Which is why, I mean, yes, that's why Jackass was successful. We just like watching people get hurt.
100%. And I think it's just like there's not as much of that, except like Rob Dyrdek's show, which is on, I guess, a lot. So there is a lot of it. He's like, all right, this is crazy. Like, this guy's going down a rail. Oh, no, rewind that again. Oh. Like, I hate the like replaying of it over and over again. Like, I don't need your commentary. People like it.
I don't think anybody actually watches that anymore. MTV just plays it because they own the rights.
No,
it's free.
I saw a thing. It's a bunch of people's dads watch it, and they're like, dads love that show.
I mean, yeah.
Like dads are like, we're like pre-internet, like, and then like E-Bombs World and stuff like that. It's like those, like right before that, like those guys watch it.
Makes sense. I guess honestly, I just don't watch a lot of TV anymore. I watch live sports and then I watch like Disney Plus.
That's TV.
But I don't watch like channels anymore. I watch like DVR shit, or not even DVR, on demand. On demand is what I watch. I'm not watching like switching between ESPN and Fox and fucking MTV. Like I don't channel surf anymore.
I feel no, I feel like I like channel surf a lot, but I usually channel surf now between like 6 different channels.
So literally the only reason I still pay for cable is for sports.
Mm-hmm.
Like if I could get a package where it's just like, I want just the sports channels. I have everything else I need through streaming services, and I'll give you $8 a month. I would get that.
Yeah, it's not gonna happen. They know it. They know that we only use it for that, but they got us. By the way, packages that I do pay for is I got the email that I got an auto renew on my Sunday ticket subscription. It was just like, it's that time of year, boys. We're here.
I think I'm gonna be able to work it out coming up with just so the way it's working. The other guys that were doing what I do are going back to school, so they're not available some days. So I think I'm gonna be able to work it to where I have Sundays off again.
That's what's up.
I'm not 100% sure, but I think I'm going to be able to. So I'm pretty jacked up about that.
We gotta do some PTG like live streams during that, and we'll
definitely
we can watch some games.
Definitely, and we'll get up early, like a whole day, like we get in our bets, all that shit.
We'll figure something out. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Maybe do a West Ham Sunday game and then into NFL football.
We'll figure it out.
That'd be tight.
Yeah.
All right. Our next comeback kid is OnlyFans, because OnlyFans,
Bonk.
boy, oh boy, did OnlyFans have people talking this past week. I think it was like Friday. They were saying, hey guys, we are not going to be allowing pornography on this app or on this website after this date. And it was like a month from when they said it, and people were like, what the fuck? And it's like, yeah, that's kind of like people buy OnlyFans subscriptions because you I are supposed to be able to see boobs. That's what I was under the impression of as somebody that does not buy OnlyFans. I just there's free websites you can go to, but people that like that stuff, and I understand you can interact with them, you can do this, that's tight. If you I'm not knocking the hustle, but OnlyFans was they were getting rid of that feature. They were not going to allow people to do that, which was kind of I thought was their bottom line. The entire bottom. It was that's all your money.
I thought it was that they weren't going to do sexual acts. I always thought they would still be able to, you could still post nudes.
Well, I guess that porn. So sexual acts, but there's definitely chicks that make good money doing that on there. And it's who am I? Who am I to tell them what they can or cannot do with their bodies? That's not our place.
There's very famous porn stars that came out and said I'm making more money now on that than I do through my major I think Riley Reid, who's one of the biggest porn stars on the planet, was I make more money through OnlyFans than I do through my contract. And she's got one of the best contracts in the business. If you're cutting out the middleman, don't have to pay anyone. You just upload your own shit, then pay, whoever else you're working with and whoever's running the camera.
Go off, queens or kings. Do it. Go off.
Plus,
if you can make money on OnlyFans, do it, yo. It's not if you don't like it, don't subscribe to it. It shouldn't
I'd like to say if I could, I would, but I'm too lazy to even do any content. When I get home, I just want to play video games and space out. But then again, if I could do that and make enough money to not have to work.
True. See, that's why it's because you can just do it from home. That's why people do it, I feel like. And there's a lot of money in it. But they walked it back today. And they said that they are not doing that now. So obviously they saw the backlash that they were getting. And I'm sure they had some meeting and there's most of our money is gonna be there,
gone.
Right.
That's 98% of your revenue.
So they said that they are suspending their porn ban and will now allow sexually explicit content again after backlash to the initial announcement last week, is what their spokesperson said.
Smart.
We have secured assurances necessary to support our diverse creator community and have suspended the planned October 1st policy change. OnlyFans stands for the inclusion and will continue to provide a home for all creators. And really, I think what they realized was that, like, if they did that then somebody's just going to be like, OnlyFans too. And you're like, they would have just made another version of OnlyFans that did the same thing.
Only tits.
Bonely fans.
There was a girl at work that the other day was jokingly saying she was going to create one. And I was like, oh, well, you only have a couple weeks to monetize it. But then we just spent like 45 minutes at work giving her ideas for what to do. She's got a big ass. So we're like, just put an egg between your butt cheeks and then like slap one side of your ass and let it crack into a frying pan.
I'm sure somebody would pay for that.
I was like, just make smush videos. She's like, yeah, I was going to just like sit on things with my ass. I was like, no, like with your feet. People love that shit. But also, yes, your ass.
Do it all. Charge more for your ass.
Yeah.
Or feet, whichever people pay more for. I don't know how it works. I don't know the pricing. I'm not here to tell you the pricing. You do it whatever you do, you know?
Yeah, pretty sure I've said before, if somebody I knew started an OnlyFans, like a chick, I'd buy it. As long as it was a reasonable price. I'd check it out for a month.
Support small businesses.
Yeah, and that's just funny.
You're a great guy.
Like, oh, look, I used to have French class with you, and now I can see your butthole.
Only if she allows, but they're in control. The creators are in control.
This is hypothetical, guys. I never took French class.
All right. OnlyFans, they're back, so they've walked back that ban, and shit's gonna get back to normal. Then also, a comeback kid this week is Jeopardy, Geopardy, as some people might say, because Mike Richards, not the dude from Seinfeld, but Mike Richards, it was, I guess, the executive producer before, under Alex Trebek, was the host. Like, he was in charge of the committee. He then was like, you know what? Great interviews, everybody. I'm going to hire me. Like that episode of The Office, the assistant to the regional manager, where Dwight was the boss and Jim just convinced Dwight to hire himself as his own assistant. Like, that was kind of what it was.
Yeah, like, who should we hire? You know what? I would like $20 million a year. Let's hire me. Good job.
I thought about it, and I think that I'm probably the best candidate for us. Like, okay, you were in charge of the search committee? He's like, absolutely, yes. All right, cool. So then it was that's what happened. Then he did podcasts, and we probably won't be able to be the host of Jeopardy either, because he said stuff like 10 years ago that people didn't like, and I didn't listen to it, but apparently it was misogynistic. And like people were saying they were jokes. I didn't listen to it. I don't know, but like, I don't know. A lot of podcast stuff is just like, I feel like a lot of stuff we say, like, if you were looking at it seriously, it would not sound great, but like, we're not being serious most of the time when we're talking about shit. So like, it's like a grain of sarcasm. And like, I think a lot of podcasts are that way. And to hold everybody to every word that they've said on a podcast when they're actually like out there, like working and doing stuff. And like, maybe you're just trying to like dig up dirt on stuff. Like, I would say that person maybe is, if they are a scumbag, you're about as scummy as they are. If like, that's your like, your goal is like, you know what? I'm going to go back to all the podcasts they've done. This one is 10 years old. Cool. Let me listen to it. Can you guys believe this? Like, all right.
Yeah. Especially because like
you as a person.
Where all this spreads is it happens like me. I didn't listen to it. I read it. I don't even remember what it was now, but like in the article, I don't remember it saying they were talking about this and here's the context. And then he said this. They were just like, and he said, can you imagine how much shit, if it was just written in text that we've said here, that would look
We literally cut a
awful.
clip at the end of each week that says like, it's just a snippet that sounds funny out of context.
And also,
like, if you did that enough, like you can make people say stuff. We made Robert say cunt. We made Robert
how
say
many
cunt.
times?
It was just like him misspeaking.
How many times do we do stuff in this voice where we say it and then we just say inappropriate shit like a redneck would say to his wife? But if you just write that down, there's no voice inflection. It's just like Pat just said, yeah, I'm going to go home and beat my wife. And like, whoa, that's not what happened though.
But that's just like, that's the way, like, I honestly feel like people were like so on the like LeVar Burton should host this train.
Bro, I'm so on board.
I mean, I am too, but I feel like it's the people like, no, LeVar Burton should host it. And then they were just like, we're going to find dirt on anybody. We're going to find dirt on anybody. And then they like, I feel like that's kind of part of it. I think that there were like trolls that did that. And then it was like, but this guy, okay.
I didn't know it started before that.
Jeopardy now.
The first time I saw it was after he had stepped down, and I saw Ryan Reynolds tweet that LeVar Burton should get it. And I was like, dude, stop the search. That's fucking perfect. LeVar Burton would be absolutely perfect for the Jeopardy host.
What if he doesn't want to do it?
I'm pretty sure LeVar Burton can find the time to do Jeopardy for $20 million a year.
He could just sit back on that Reading Rainbow money, bro.
Yeah, Reading Rainbow money is good money, but
he can go anywhere, Jeopardy, bro. Just take a look. It's Jeopardy in a book.
For the next 30 years of his life, and his grandchildren will never have to work.
But
everybody loves LeVar Burton. Everybody loves LeVar Burton.
I mean, that's true, but it's like, I think that I personally feel like that was like, there were people like, no, this person, like, I think LeVar Burton was like the most, like I saw on Twitter, but like the most people liked them or like Tim, but then like there were like I can't remember the girl's name from Big Bang Theory. I think
Mayim Bialik
now, Mayim Bialik
or Mayim Bialik. I don't know how it's pronounced, but I didn't even know that was a possibility. I saw LeVar Burton in my brain and just been like, yep. Education background, which I guess, she has too, because she's like a fucking neuroscientist.
I'm just like, why not Will Ferrell? Just get Will Ferrell to do it.
If you got him to do it as Alex Trebek for like 30 years, that'd be fucking hilarious.
Just let him do it. Like, why not?
Oh, no. Daniel Day-Lewis, and have him treated as an acting role where he gets into and so he is just Alex Trebek for the next 30 years.
Nobody would be able to tell. Yeah, that'd be great. But
God.
Yeah, now they don't know who the host of Jeopardy is. I think it'll be LeVar Burton too.
Or Aaron Rodgers.
It's not gonna be Aaron. Well, I mean, maybe he doesn't want to play for the Packers after a little bit. So he's like, I'll do it.
If he's gonna leave the Packers after this year anyway, just let him retire and be Jeopardy host.
Definitely don't let him play for any other teams.
Yeah, I don't want that. I don't want it.
All right. So Jeopardy, that's back. And then my final thing I had for Comeback Kid this week is the PTG bump, because we did it, boys. We did it. Round of applause, everybody. Give yourself a round of applause. Robert, you can even include yourself, because I'm going to say you're part of this. We said 4 years ago, I was like, hey, guys, I wake up early all the time. And on the weekends, like for work in the morning, I'm getting up before 4 o'clock, and my body clock is just kind of like, I wake up earlier on the weekends, and I was like, always there's English Premier League soccer on a bunch. I feel like we should just hop on the soccer train and pick a team, but I don't want to be no bandwagon bitch. And we tossed around some teams we were going to root for. We first picked like English Premier League, obviously, is what we picked. And then we were like, well, we don't want to be Manchester United fans. Everybody's a bandwagon that does that. Liverpool, cool, bandwagon. Chelsea, bandwagon. Arsenal, bandwagon.
Thank God we didn't take Arsenal.
Thank God. That would have been the opposite of the PTG bump, the wrong way bump. But it would be like a PTG planner's wart. Right? It grows the wrong way.
Nice.
I think I'm not sure. But Pat suggested that West Ham had a pretty solid fight song. We listened to "I'm Forever Blowing Bubbles." We named our podcast episode that week for Blowing Bubbles, and we picked West Ham as our team, and we vowed to take them to the top. The PTG bump would bring them to number 1. And boys, looking at the English Premier League table, West Ham currently through two games in the Premier League season sits at the very goddamn top of the table. We did it. The West Ham, for the first time in like
mission accomplished.
16, 17 years, we did it. Like, okay, we'd like to win a championship, but I'm going to say we've accomplished our goal already. We can, like, the sky is the limit now. Now we'll just win it all.
No,
we're going to do that, but I'm going to say that we said we'd be number 1. We're number 1 now. Job well done.
Mbappe needs to realize the rocket ship that we're on, sign a team-friendly deal, join West Ham, and just become a god. Like, just build a dynasty.
We're the new team. We're the new team that just wrecks the Premier League.
Manchester
City had to happen a while back. Like, we just like invest some money in it. We just get the best players. Let's do it.
Yeah, like you can join one of the, Real Madrids and all those that just
real cool, yeah.
Or you could build West Ham and you could be the guy that did everything, that made them into the future Real Madrid. Like they were, they were who they were. Then Mbappe joined, bam, all-time great team.
Which we would also take credit for under the PTG.
100%. 100%
rule. But yeah, we are going to take 100% credit for this. We didn't play at all. I haven't been to England before or since we have picked them as our team, but we have supported them. I definitely more so than Pat, because Pat's never watched one of the games with us at all still. While I have ingrained myself in West Ham culture. I'm joining the Bayou Ironworks. I do a West Ham podcast, Claire and Big Blue podcast, that you can listen to every Tuesday. You can watch it on our YouTube channel, and CBB Pod. Go follow us on Twitter or Instagram, and we post the links there too. Me and Mike Fish do that. But yeah, we've really gotten ourselves into like West Ham fandom, and we brought our team to the top. So congratulations, us. If you want to hear us break down, or you want to hear me break down the West Ham game from this past weekend or on Monday, where we won and moved to number one on the table, then go listen to the Claire Big Blue podcast. It's pretty bomb with me and Mike Fish. But other than that, the PTG bump is alive and well. I have the ability to curse things. I can take things down. We can also boost things up. What can't Pass the Gravy do? You got to ask yourself that at this point. Like, we're pretty much like, we can fix anything, and we can also take down anything. Kyler Murray curse. Like, everybody right now, little spoiler alert, the Arizona Cardinals are not going to win the Super Bowl this year. They're not going to do well. They're not going to do great. All right, everybody's they got JJ Watt, they got DeAndre Hopkins, they got Kyler Murray. I'm like, wait, what'd you say? Was it Kyler Murray? Yep, fuck that bitch. Kyler Murray curse, still a thing. And
he's a state trader.
So, he's a state trader. He's also a mean fella that wouldn't even like give me the time of day at that XFL game when the Houston Roughnecks beat his former coach Bob Stoops' ass at an XFL game when we beat Dallas. But he just was big time. This was too good for us, and I was like, you know what? Fuck you. You're not Daniel Jones. You'll never be Daniel Jones. You'll never be anywhere near as good as Daniel Jones.
Of all the quarterbacks from Texas that are currently in the NFL, Kyler Murray is the Dallas of them.
Right.
A lot of shine, but a piece of shit.
Yeah, you can polish a turd all you want, but at the end of the day, it's still a turd. And Kyler Murray and the Arizona Cardinals are going nowhere with Kyler. The Kyler curse is a real thing. And I mean, Astros fans, I don't want to bring it up again, but remember when y'all were very mean after the Yankees lost last season, and some very rude things you said to me, and I was like, you know what? I'm cursing your team. I'm not doing it. I'm not cursing again. I'm not placing another curse. I'm not. I'm a better guy. I'm a nice guy. But I was pushed to my wits' end last season, and so I cursed the Astros. And what happened? The Astros.
It was a fake season anyway. Didn't count.
Absolutely. I 100% agree. So it doesn't matter, but I did curse the team, and I'm not cursing them this season. But let's all just be friendly to one another, okay? So I'll just be friendly.
I will say
I might curse the Red Sox. I'll curse the Red Sox.
No, stop it.
You can't have two teams. I'm cursing the Red Sox.
You're
and
peaking
the Eagles
too early
and the Cowboys
anyway.
and the Washington football team. Cursing them this season as well.
You're peaking too early, and you're going to keep using Chapman in late inning situations, so it'll bite your ass.
God damn, no, we can't.
Postseason.
I hate.
I will say Chapman this though,
so much.
I do, as much as I hate Yankees and Yankees fans, I do follow that dude Frankie on Twitter. He's a good follow. He's a good guy. He's fun with the shit talking. He's not mean with it. It's just he interacts a lot with Astros Twitter. He's a good guy. It's
you should follow John Boy. He's also really fun. He's
ribbing.
Fun on Twitter also.
I do follow John Boy.
John Boy is a great follow on Twitter.
I don't think I ever unfollowed him.
Always
but now that you mention it, I don't remember
fans.
seeing a lot of. Yeah, I mean, John Boy's a piece of shit. Don't get me wrong, but his breakdowns were always fun.
Still are.
Actually, I might have unfollowed him at some point because now that you mentioned, I don't remember seeing any of his breakdowns in a long time.
The PTG bump, guys, that's a real thing, and obviously it is working. So that is our final comeback kid this week. And we'll move on to our What Would Jesus Do segment, where we encourage you, you know, with the bracelets, they never told us what Jesus would do. So we decided as a podcast that now we're going to decide what he would do. We encourage you to tweet us at Pass the Gravy Pod. I'm at Alex J. Middleton. Pat's at Not Pat Dion. Robert is at Robert Barbosa 03. Tweet us and use the hashtag PTGWWJD. Send us a situation that Jesus might find himself in today's time, and we'll get to the bottom of it. Hashtag PTGWWJD to at Pass the Gravy Pod. This is the What Would Jesus Do segment.
Jesus, what would Jesus do? Jesus, what would Jesus do? Put him in a situation in a modern time. If you wrote this jingle, do you think he'd make it rhyme? So think about this crazy world in which we live today, and how would Jesus handle it in any given way?
All right. This week's What Would Jesus Do comes to us from our buddy Alex O at Alex McThunder1 on Twitter. And he said that he got this idea because he was inspired by last week's episode of a recent study suggests. Have you guys ever heard of that?
I think I've heard about it.
Oh yeah. Oh, they're huge.
Oh yeah. Like where could you listen to that podcast, Robert?
Fucking anywhere.
Yeah, anywhere you listen to podcasts.
You throw a rock and you're going to find a place to listen to that podcast.
There you go. Yeah. At a recent study pod on Twitter and Instagram. Go give them a follow, Robert and Sam. New episodes every Monday. Go check them out. Robert is is Robert dirtier than Sam? We find out that this week. So go listen to the podcast this week. And Alex O was inspired by last week's episode. He was inspired to give us this question. And the question this week is, what would Jesus's go-to snack be?
Communion crackers.
I was gonna say it'd be some sort of wafers.
Would he just take a part of himself? Like
no, that was a joke answer. He's not gonna eat his own body. That'd be weird. I don't know. I get like trail mix vibes.
Trail mix.
Like just like peanuts and M&Ms and raisins and shit thrown together. Just eat stuff that's easy to just grab and pop and snack on, and it's good for you. I mean, Jesus did a lot of walking. It's also known as hiking.
You did do a lot of, yeah.
You hike
on trails.
Come across on those.
You hike on trails.
Yeah, it's not.
You eat trail mix on trails.
It's a wrong answer.
I don't know. Just I get trail mix vibes.
Just trying to think stuff off the top of my head. Trail mix makes sense.
I know it does.
Or like using like beef jerky.
Beef jerky, okay. Maybe like a lamb jerky.
Yeah, I was gonna say lamb. Maybe goat.
That was more his style, I feel like.
Probably lamb.
Jerky, salmon jerky. Probably lamb.
I think lamb.
Yeah, I think we should just go trail mix. Like trail mix is solid.
That's a good answer.
It just came.
Like trail mix is just like it feels like I'm outside. Even like when I went camping a while back it was a whole thing I talked about on the podcast, but like I just bought a bunch of trail mix and that was my like, okay, well, you know, if everybody's supposed to be cooking their own food and I don't feel like doing it, I can just eat trail mix all weekend. And it's like, that is kind of like trail mix is like, I could turn this into a meal depending on how much I eat, or it could just be a nice little snack. So I think that like trail mix would be the perfect go-to snack.
You know what's great about trail mix too is it's one of those snacks where once you get it in your hand, you can shuffle it around.
Yeah, that doesn't matter why you're shuffling around, but it's just like it just feels better. You do it with sunflower seeds, you do that with trail mix, and just any kind of like if I'm holding pistachios when I'm using my pistache trays, which are still available, just DM us at Pass Gary Pod. Still got pistache trays available for sale. But if I'm like eating pistachios, you just while you're waiting, just it's just like
why
it's like a dad move, but I'm not a dad, even though we are dads. We are Skylar's dads.
I think it's a guy.
I don't know. It's just a guy thing. You're just like, yeah, I don't know.
I don't know what it is, but like
feel nutty today.
If something is loose in your hand, you got to shake it. I don't know what it is. Like if you were just holding something in your hand and you weren't shaking it, I feel like you would cause an aneurysm. Like it's there. You gotta, and then you just pop a little bit. That's going to be a great fucking clip. You just pop a little bit of it.
Make that a GIF, Robert.
You pop some of it in your mouth as you go. See, sunflower seeds is the one that I don't do though, because when I grab a handful, they all go in the cheek. I throw them all.
Dude, I don't have that.
And then
I mean, I'd like to think I have a very skilled tongue, you know what I'm talking about, ladies. But I don't have that kind of like skill to just throw like 50 sunflower seeds in my mouth and then just be able to.
That's why they call me
I'll
the
swallow
chipmunk.
some at some point.
Can store a lot in my cheeks.
He's gonna fit nut in his mouth. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, fit a lot of nut in my cheeks. And everyone grabs their pen at the same time.
But yeah, I think trail mix would be perfect for JC to have as his go-to snack. It's like
it feels right.
It's a solid snack at any occasion, and you can get away with being like, no, it's also healthy. Which is like, I don't think like when you throw M&Ms in trail mix, it's not healthy.
But it's that little bit of sugar.
There's like chocolate
good.
in it a lot of times. Like it's good. That's why it makes it good, but that doesn't make it healthy.
But I mean, like I said, chocolate,
all things that are good
cocoa has good properties. You add a little bit in there with the protein you're getting from the peanuts, and raisins are grapes, which is a fruit, which is healthy for you. Plus, it gives you that little extra bit of sugar that you're getting from the raisins. It's a healthy snack for when you have to go on long marches or walks or hikes or pilgrimages.
I always feel like it'd be cool, but also weird to throw a little like cheese in the trail mix, where it's like cheese seems like it would go with most of that, but then the chocolate fucks with it. But yeah, also like the heat.
It's gonna melt.
But I kind of want to try like cheesy trail mix with a little bit of everything and just see how it goes.
You know, it'd be good in there. Throw some tahini. I know some of them already throw a little bit of seasoning, but like throw some extra seasoning on there.
How do you say it right? Is it tahini?
Tahini.
Tahini. That's what I
Robert
said.
says it's so cool. Tahini.
I like the Tajin. I'll
take the Tajin. Give a bunch of that Tajin, buddy. All right. So yeah, trail mix. That would be Jesus' go-to snack.
Yeah.
Solid question, and great place to get your inspiration is a recent study pod, or at a recent study pod, and a recent study suggests every Monday they got new episodes with Robert and Sam. We got like Pass the Grade Podcast Network. Just you got something to listen to every single day. You can listen to them on listen to Recent Study Suggests on Mondays. Disappointed but not surprised with Alex and Addie excuse me. You can listen to that on Mondays as well. I listen to Robert's podcast, then listen to them. Then on Tuesdays, you got the Claret and Big Blue podcast. Then you got Pass the Gravy and Pass the Gravy Bro on Wednesdays. Thursdays, you got Pass the Gravy Bro again. Boom. Even if you don't get to listen to all of them on the days that they're there, that's like a podcast for 6 of the 7 days of the week. And that's a lot of a weekly D podcast too. How dare I forget? But all of those podcasts available on the Pass the Grade Podcast Network. Why wouldn't you want to listen to them? But especially a recent study suggests if it inspires you for WWJD content. Well done, Robert, and thank you for your question, Alex McThunder1 on Twitter. Our next segment is the Not Cool segment, where you just kind of bitch about stuff. And boy, oh boy, I think I got a good one this week. A good one, but also a terrible one, where it's just you can submit yours to us. Hashtag PTG not cool at Pass the Gravy Pod. Just something that made you say, hey man, that's not cool. It can be something that was you get run over by a car. That's a real big not cool, but also, you get a paper cut, and that's a not cool as well. Hashtag PTG not cool to at Pass the Gravy Pod. This is the Not Cool segment brought to you by our good friends at Southern Star Brewing Company. Tell everybody about Southern Star, Pat.
Well, I mean, I want to start off today. I feel like I haven't had these in a while, but it was probably like 2 weeks. The Southern Brunch. God damn, this shit is refreshing, guys. Honestly, a little bit of early not cool for me too, which this helps out on. Felt a little bit of a not even a semi-sore throat, more of a dry throat the last couple of days. And they say that when you got that going on, nice cold drinks is very good for it. I gotta say, the Southern Brunch has been fucking great. It's nice and cold, helps soothe the throat. Also, you get a little drunk, so you forget about the throat anyway. If you're not looking for something that fruity, you want straightforward, Bombshell Blonde. It's the classic. It's the number one. It's the gold standard of blondes, not only in Texas, not only in Houston, in the entire fucking world. You're not going to find a better one anywhere. Trying to watch those calories? Little cal, low cal IPA can't beat it. Of course, the podcast favorite, the Strawberry Blonde. People might say, I'm a dude. I don't want to go in there and buy strawberry beers. It looks weird. Fuck you. It's 2021. Buy whatever you want. Not to mention, they're absolutely amazing. I've got like 9 cashiers in the area onto it when I buy it. And they're like, is that really good? I'm like, fuck yeah, buy it once. And I guarantee you're going to buy it again in a week. Never fails. You want something a little darker? The Buried Hatchet Saddle's out right now. Oktoberfest, guys. Oktoberfest is back in the stores. Holy shit. Nothing hits quite like it. I've noticed a lot. You can still find the Mama Rosa Gosa in a lot of areas. The lemon pie sour. It's special.
Can't find it anymore.
Oh, man. I've got it all over Katie.
I got a thing I got to go to on Saturday. Or I'll be up around that area on Saturday, and I might just swing by Southern Star. Like, I need to get some pills. I need to get some lemon pie. I need to load up on the ones that my fucking stores by me are not carrying. And I raise a fuss.
Pills is the hard one.
Every time I go there, I find the beer guy. I'm like, dude, you don't have any bombshell pills? And they're like, what? And I'm like, well, Keith told me that they're out. Keith told me they've been distributing them. And he's like, who is Keith? I'm like, fucking, you don't know Keith. And I usually I find whatever the closest shopping cart is, and I flip it over.
Pills is the hard one. I found it once at Bunker Hill, and I've not seen it anywhere else. I was at the one on Fry and Grand Parkway today. The lady was actually, as I walked up, was restocking Southern Star. I asked her, I was like, do you have the new bombshell pills? And she's like, no, we haven't got it yet. I don't know what's going on. Guys, if you can find it, buy as much as you can. It's a hot commodity.
Going fast, clearly. Going fast.
And it's amazing. Now, if you guys need something
to do. If you get any Southern Star, at Southern Star BC, at Southern Star Brewing Co., tag them, let them know you got some because of the Gravy Gang.
Yeah, if you need something to do coming up, September 11th is the Gains for America. I'd mentioned this last week. I've since looked into it. It is it's going to be the 20th anniversary of September 11th. It's the Casualties of War Houston group is doing, you can enter into the gauntlet, the deadlift competition, and the tug of war competition, raising awareness for the issues affecting veterans, law enforcement, first responders. If you don't want to join, you can still go out there and watch family-friendly food trucks, live music, everything to entertain the family. And it's a good cause. Get up there for the 20th anniversary. Have a good time. Drink some beer. Southern Star always does it up right. And like I said, you'll be supporting the people that support us first and foremost. So
right.
Get up there and help out.
Supporting us by supporting them, because Southern Star, you guys know, if you've been listening to us for a little while, any like extended amount of time, Southern Star, they're the goats. Anytime we're doing any type of event, we ask them like, hey, can we come out there? Like, anything you guys want, you all got it. You got the tap room. It's all yours. Like, they're the best. We do the Christmas show up there every single year, and they really take care of us. So it's cool if we can help take care of them as well. So it's our brewing company, best beer in the entire world, the official beer sponsor of the Not Cool segment. Something happens that's not cool, grab a Southern Star, guys.
Not cool, man. Dude, that's not cool. Not cool. Not cool. Dude, that's not cool. Not cool, man. Dude, that's not cool. Not cool. Not cool. Dude, that's not cool. Not cool. Not cool.
Who wants to go with their not cools? I'll go last. I feel like I've got one of them.
I'll go first. And actually, before I go, I want to give a shout out to Brent from Needville. My brother called me the other day because he was talking with his buddy who ran into Brant wearing a Darlin' Like a Marlin shirt. So shout out, dude. Repping us out in the world.
Brant or Brent?
Brent, I believe is what he told me. Brent.
Brent, sorry, you are Darlin' Like a Marlin, my friend.
Sorry if it's not actually Brent, and my brother just relayed the name wrong, but
he doesn't trust banks, so that's what you have to say.
We all know he's a fucking idiot.
He doesn't put money in banks.
Yeah. So then I just want to give a shout out to you first. The other one is so I haven't like really done
that would be a cool, actually, not cool.
I haven't done anything like working out wise in like 6 months.
No.
And by that I mean like, I'll do push-ups and like curls and shit around my house while playing video games. Got off of that. So the other day I decided, fuck it, I'm gonna start getting back into it. And the first rep of push-ups I started to do, I was like, oh, this is not good. That's way harder than it was when I stopped.
Yeah.
And I did like, I don't know, probably like 60 that first night. I did some curls and everything. The next night I came back in and I started to do push-ups. After one set, I was like, nope, taking the night off. This hurts. It hurts to do 10 push-ups. And the whole next day, my chest was sore.
That's like 100% how like most of like, hey, dude, we should get in shape. Like, that's what I'll tell myself. And it's like, you do something for like 3 days and like, dude, that I'm going to take a day off. And that turns into like the rest of the time off until I decide I'm going to get back in shape again. And it's like,
no, I did it.
This is a cycle I do about every 2 months, Alex. Like, why?
But it was just like the fact that I'd be shit-faced and I'd rock out 100 push-ups in a night, like nothing. And then now I did like literally within the first 20.
It's almost like you get older and your body can't do what it wants.
This was 6 months. Well, it's because I put 15 more pounds on and stopped fucking doing anything. That was the other one. I finally weighed myself because I got new batteries for my scale. So it's been dead forever. And I've been eating like shit since June when we opened the restaurant. It's like, I'm back up to 275. I put on 15 fucking pounds again.
What is like adding? What does adding mass mean? Because there's people like, it's always like I'm adding mass. And like, that just means you're gaining weight, right?
Well, I mean, you're adding, not necessarily because you're still working out and you're just you're putting on weight to help it. So it helps you work out because there's more mass to go there. And then when you cut, you're cutting from a bigger spot. So I don't know. I don't really know. I've heard my friends talk about this.
To add mass, like mass is weight, isn't it?
Cultivating mass. Like Mac from Sunny.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm just no, Mac, you're a fat piece of shit. That's where.
Okay, so that's probably what it's like to me. It's just like that's what you're saying. You're just like I'm just gaining weight. It's like, well, I'm just adding.
Well,
I'm adding mass is what I'm doing.
You add mass for a reason.
All he's eating is cake.
But like you do that, when you say you're adding mass, you're still working out all the time. You're just not trying to be in a calorie deficit. Mass is a very vague
description, is what I'm saying.
Well, here's what it is when you're you try and stay in a calorie deficit when you work out. So like you're working out more than you're taking in. When you're adding mass, you're still adding more calories than you're taking out.
Care.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, you asked for this, so I
get you. I was just gonna say I don't really. You don't need to explain it.
So yeah.
Right on, man. Don't care.
Being sore from doing 1.1 days of push-ups. I'm putting it at 0.1 because I did 10 push-ups the second night and said nope. And then my other one is just I found out that you know how like The Office is just always on TV.
Thankfully, yes.
Yeah. So when they just play the whole series and then they reset it. They do that.
Sometimes they have like themed days.
Comedy Central doesn't show Diversity Day anymore. Season 1, episode 2. They don't show it.
There's like apparently 4 or 5 of them they don't show anymore now.
It's too offensive. Like literally, that was the point of the episode. It was Michael doesn't.
That's the point of the entire show. It's a different time.
But that's the point of the entire show is Michael doesn't understand what he's doing is wrong. But everybody else gets it. But that's the fucking joke.
I know somebody. They don't listen to the podcast, but they started watching The Office this week, and they were like talking about it. Like, dude, just Michael is so cringy. It's like Michael.
Season 1 is hard to watch,
dude. But it's like, dude, like that's Michael Scott though. Like that's what Michael Scott does. Like if you don't like the cringiness, then you ain't gonna like this show.
I've told people
it's like
before,
definitely stick it through like 2 seasons probably, but like you gotta get to that first 6 episode first season. But then like I don't know, man.
I've told people before, like, where like after episode 2 for the first time, they're like, dude, it's so cringy. I'm like, here's what you do. Just skip to season 2. Come back and watch those ones later. Just skip and start at season 2. It's where they really start to hit their stride. And it's not as cringy. Just watch from season 2.
That's the whole point. The whole show is intended to make you feel like awkward too. And it's like, that's the bit.
But the rest of it is it's a well-oiled machine. In the first season, it's great cringe humor, and it is what it is, and it's setting up all the characters.
It's the British first season. It's really what it is.
It is. Once we made it American, it got better.
Because they basically had the same plot.
Plus, it's hard to look at Steve Carell before he got the hair plugs, because God, that hair was bad.
But then also, I just would like to point out again how awesome the extended, like fan cut episodes are of the Peacock ones, where you just like the super fan episodes. They've got the first 3 seasons of all the added like it was deleted scenes, but they've put them in chronological order, like where they would have gone in the episode. And there's so many things that you pick up where you're like, oh, this joke means it's way more funnier now, knowing that this also was a scene that didn't make it to the actual TV episode. If you got Peacock and you haven't been watching, I mean, you've probably been watching The Office if you have Peacock, but the super fan episodes, fucking worth it, I would say, on their own, if you're a big Office fan.
I'll put it this way. For even people that are like, well, they shouldn't show those episodes because they're offensive. Censoring art, not cool.
I mean,
censor art.
They're just trying to shut down the backlash that they're going to get from doing it. And it's like, okay.
You
go to Peacock and you can still watch it.
Do it. Yeah, like if you want to watch the episodes, they're still available streaming everywhere. But Comedy Central is just like, we don't want to get any fucking letters.
No thanks. We'll pass.
I get it. I don't like to censor art.
Not big art censors here.
But that's just me. I'm big on, freedom of speech and art.
Right.
I love art.
We care.
I fucking hate actual art, guys.
Everything is art if you think about it. Robert, what is your not cool?
Anyone who describes what they do as art, I'm not going to like it.
I had to do some art for work this past Friday.
You dick.
And I have sand in my shoes. I had to go to Galveston, and it was like 2 different activities, and I got like this paper like, oh, you wear this for this part of the activity. Were
you with Tessa?
Yeah.
Okay.
And like wear this for the second activity. I'm like, I'm not bringing 2 sets of clothes for this work thing. I'm gonna just wear one thing. I'm gonna wear, and I don't have like beach shoes. I'm not a beach goer. I don't go to the beach. I'm not a millionaire.
Sandals?
Yeah.
You have sandals?
So, no, I don't. So I'm just gonna wear my regular old tennis shoes.
You can get some flip flops. Like, I'll buy you some flip flops, buddy. They're like, I think you can get them for like $5.
That's a little too much because I'm never gonna 100%.
Robert is a socks and sandals guy. Robert, you just strike me as someone who will never show his feet.
Yeah, I don't like showing my feet.
Okay.
And so I'm just wearing my regular shoes that I wear pretty much every single day, and of course I'm on the beach, so I have sand all over them. I washed them twice already, but there's still sand in them. Like every single time I take off my socks, you could just see like grains of sand falling off, and that's
fun.
You're really bad at cleaning shoes, dude.
Dude, no, sand it's like glitter. It's nature's glitter. Where it's never going away.
You don't wash your shoes when
I got home.
The sand's gonna stay there. You bang them out.
That's what I did when I got home.
You can only do so much.
I banged them out. I was like doing that for like 5 minutes. I'm like, okay, it seems like everything's
I've heard this before. You can only bang so much. Am I right, guys?
And I'm like, no, you know what? I'll wash them now. But there was still a lot of sand in them. I was like, okay, I'll wash them again. And I'm not going to wash them a third time.
I don't know if you know about sand when it gets wet, but it tends to just stick.
But like he did everything he could. Like, I don't know. Like, I get what you're saying. Sand, just anywhere. Like when you get sand in your car all the way from the beach, you're just like, fuck.
For half an hour, banging
12 times
against the wall.
Still sand here. It's nature's glitter. You just can't ever get rid of it.
It looks like you got to get new shoes. I don't know what to tell you.
You got to move and you got to get new shoes. That sand's going to be there forever now.
So basically what you just said is not cool, Tessa.
Probably.
You're blaming Tessa.
If so facto.
Tweet at her right now.
Yes.
There's too much sand.
I agree, dude. Like, chill the fuck out. Like, why can't we just have grass beaches? Like, doesn't that seem like that'd be chill?
Yeah.
Like, because like when you're at the beach and there's like sand everywhere, like the sand burns your feet. If it's too hot outside, trying to play frisbee with the boys, you're just burning the bottoms of your feet. Like, grass seems like it's pretty chill.
I don't know. Think about it though. That grass would tend to get a little bit long, and when you're barefoot stepping in long, wet grass, ugh, gross.
Yeah, the grass doesn't come home with you.
I don't know. I'm just not a big fan of it. Actually, I've got one more to add in here real quick because this is one from today. It's a Twitter battle, and it's not even really a battle. But it just says Game 7 of the World Series, 9th inning, bases empty, 2 outs, down 1. Which Bronx Bomber do you want at bat? And it's a picture that shows Mr. October, Aaron Judge, Derek Jeter, A-Rod, Matsui, and Jorge Posada. And I go, who the fuck pits Judge? Someone goes, Judge has been pretty damn good in the playoffs. And I go, do you see the other guys in that picture, though?
The answer is Derek Jeter.
Like you got Jeter, you got A-Rod, you got Matsui, who was.
Well, just like you said, you've got
Matsui's
Jeter, and
then
that's
Godzilla.
It. But you got Jeter. That's it. Done. We got our answer.
And somebody said something along the lines of like, I got Judge third. I was like, Judge is like the only person. No, the only person you could take Judge over is maybe Posada. But like now I'm in an argument with like 3 different Yankees fans about, Judge's playoff stats are actually really good and blah, 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 blah. We're talking all-time greats of everyone in that picture at the plate except for Posada. And Posada was always good in the playoffs too. I got to argue with fucking idiots just because they'll defend the Yankees for fucking anything and defend Judge. Like, oh, his playoff stats are actually on par with all these guys except Matsui. But you just hate Judge. No, I'm looking at a picture.
I would put
Reggie
Posada's ahead of Judge in that. Give me the ones again. It's Jeter, Matsui, Posada, Judge.
So here's everyone in the picture: Reggie Jackson, Judge, Posada, Jeter, A-Rod, and Matsui. Judge is
probably Reggie.
Judge is fifth.
It's Reggie Jackson. It's Derek Jeter.
I mean, you take Jeter over him. You take Jackson over him. You take A-Rod over him. You take Matsui over him. If you want to take him over Posada, okay, I'll accept that.
I'd go Jackson, Jeter, Matsui, A-Rod, Posada, Judge.
Like, get the fuck out of
Judge,
here.
No, but Judge is awesome. I like Judge a lot, but it's just like everybody else has they got the pedigree, or like they're done, you know? Like you're comparing somebody that's still playing right now that's not LeBron James yet or anything like that to like all-time great Yankees. So
I'm arguing with the dude that said A-Rod was better and maybe Jeter, saying Judge was better than the rest of them. This dude, I'm going to see if I can tell how old this guy is from his
Derek
Twitter.
Jeter was the best player in like an entire
generation. All right.
Of players,
this guy he's 20 years old, so he has absolutely no idea about Matsui, and he only knows about Jeter.
It's recency bias. Yeah, that's all he knows.
I'm just saying he's probably been a Yankees fan for like 6 years that actually followed it since he was like 14. So he has no idea how good Matsui was. I mean,
this was the MVP of a World Series.
This dude's pinned tweet says Gary Sanchez will be good in 2021.
He's not been bad.
He's not been bad, but it's still Gary Sanchez.
I would say he's been good, not great, but not bad.
He's still a liability behind the plate. But I mean, just arguing with fan bases
Sanchez
about
has been very good as of late for at least about an 11-game stretch.
I'm not saying he's been bad, but it's still Gary Sanchez.
Also, I would like to
a good catcher. He's not a good catcher. But like
when
you have to argue
a bad catcher.
When you have to argue with fan bases about their own team, which you hate, but I will be objective in sports debates, and they don't even know the guys that they're talking about. It's frustrating.
That's the best thing about sports arguments, though, is like that's like your opinion, man. Like that's why you're always gonna have them. You can always argue. The MJ versus LeBron thing is like that's the whole thing. So
really, my not cool with this is just my inability to let it go. Yeah. I get myself.
That's a big one that I struggle with every single day. And like I'll if you don't mind me piggybacking on that, it's something that like I've had some trouble letting go the last 48 or plus hours. But so my not cool this week is that my Call of Duty account got hacked. And it was like a weird hacking that happened in the like, and by that I mean that like they are on my account, but they are doing it via PlayStation while I play Xbox, which means we can both be on my account at the same time. And they would, I was telling you guys before we started recording, I was like, honestly, if like I would not even like, if they just like used my shit and fucking didn't change all my shit up, then like I would have just been like, yeah, whatever, dude. Like, I don't want them to use it, but just don't change my shit. But like they changed, because Pat knows like my name on Call of Duty was Gravy King. You can only change your name once every 6 months. They changed my name to like Black and White. And I was like, don't know what that means. And then there were all this, like, it was in, it was a foreign language, was like all the shit that they saved stuff, like they nicknamed things under. And I found out it was Farsi is what they were speaking, was what the language was, because, you know, I've spent about 6 or 7 hours the last couple of days, like doing some research on how to try and recover my account. I tried to kick them out. Obviously, like everybody right now listening is probably like, well, Alex, why didn't you just go use your email, use the password, change the password, remove them, and then you're good. Well, I created my account when I bought Call of Duty for probably the first time ever. And I was like 15. We were in high school, Pat. When we used to play on like Sundays, we would just play with like, we'd squad up with like 8 guys in high school. I was 15, 16 when I got the first Call of Duty. And so like I used my then high school email which was just like a bullshit Yahoo account, and I do not have access to it. So that's part of my not cool is me using like I never once in my life thought I was going to need to log into my Call of Duty account ever. Like, and especially at the age of 15 or 16, I was like, I'm probably like, when am I going to like it? My Xbox saved it. Cool. I'm in there. Never in my, like at 15, 16 years old, did I ever think that like somebody's going to hack a Call of Duty account and play Call of Duty under my name. Okay. Like weird, but like they did. So then like what I've read from like Pat has a buddy that got hacked and he was kind of walking me through what to do. If anybody else has had this same issue and they want to help me out, hit me up, just slide in those DMs. And I would love to find out how to get my shit better. I can still use my stuff, but this guy just keeps changing all of my shit every single time. Like I get off of it, like that. It's like all the stuff is back into Farsi language. And like if you play Call of Duty, all my guns and my classes and stuff are changed and the characters changed and shit like that. It's just really frustrating. Cause like I've probably I've put some money into this account over the last, like the last couple of months that I've gotten into Call of Duty, you know? And, it like, this is bullshit that they're just like on my thing. And like, I've tried to contact the people that run the game and they're taking their time. And it says it's like up to 10, 20 days before they can get back to you sometimes. And I get that. I'm just trying to kind of play the game, you know, but it's fucking frustrating. But what I wanted to bring up also was I do happen to have, now I'm not saying to do anything rude or bad. Definitely don't drop my name or anything. But if you do happen to play PlayStation and you wanted to like, you know, comment to a person and say, hey, your mom's a whore, you're a thief or something like that, something to that, you know, so, to that level, I can give you their gamer tag. Their PlayStation account ID is Ali Reza _ Sagdast, ALIREZA _ SAGDAST. Now I can see everything they've done. I can see all of the people that they play with online. I can see all of their friends. I believe they're somewhere like Saudi Arabia area from what like the like geographical thing I was able to find. Like I did a deep dive and believe it or not, you can find a lot about somebody by just looking up some shit. And I don't want you guys to do anything because they're a hacker, but like if you want to just say go fuck yourself, like that would be cool. I mean, I obviously I'm not saying to do that, but like I'm not saying to not exercise your right as free speech as an American citizen on the PlayStation Network and just say your mom's or something like that. Like also I've seen that they can buy people's accounts on a black market where they just like they don't have to pay anywhere near what I had to pay if I wanted to get the stuff, and they just get an account that's loaded up with things like mine.
So, fuck, I just lost what I was going to get this. All right, so I think there's a couple options here. Oh, okay, so the email, is it deactivated or you just don't remember the password?
Okay, well, so let's cover this. It's a Yahoo account. I cannot tell you the last time I ever used it. It was literally like a dummy account that like, remember when you just had an account that you? But
that's what I'm saying. After a certain amount of time. After a certain amount of time, these things get deactivated.
I called them.
Recreate it with the same email.
I can't.
Oh, okay. That was an idea.
I called Yahoo and was like, and it was a really, and I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say the email, but like it was a really like embarrassing, like high schoolish, stupid fucking name that my email was, and like I had to like
69420 blaze it up at yahoo.com.
It was not quite that, but it was like similar to just like fart smeller 69480, like all like just like as I'm spelling out the email address, I was red with embarrassment, just like yep, that's the one. I was like, I haven't been on this in like 7-8 years probably. Like I don't have access to it, and I made up a phone number when I created the account. So like that wasn't when like they authenticated it by texting your phone then. And every time I try and like do anything to like change the password, it's like, we sent this code to your email address to verify it. And I'm like, well, I can't get to that, which is also funny because everything I've seen about everybody that's gotten hacked was like, yeah, they changed the email account and they did this and they did that. And I was like, I bet they have the info for my email account, but they also couldn't get into it. So they couldn't kick me out of it. Because then they could have just taken over it and it would have just been theirs. But because the account does it, because when I was on the phone with Yahoo, I was like, well, I think somebody got into my account and did that. Like, oh, no, your account is not active. Your account it is an inactive account. Nobody can log into it. Nobody can do anything to it. And I was like, okay, so that explains to why I can like just keep like fucking with them and I can keep doing it. Basically, I'm sharing it with some guy in like the Middle East. I'm sharing my account until fucking Activision gets their shit together. And also at Activision IT or whatever it is. It'd be a real shame if everybody spammed them with like fix Alex's shit.
Is he able to buy stuff like packages
and
things?
Because luckily, because I checked on my shit, because luckily my account is through Xbox, which is a totally different thing, and not through Activision.
Here's my other thing, and this is going to take a little bit more time.
So they can just play my fucking game, which is kind of like, I'm like leveling up, but I'm also like, fuck you, dude. Like I want I want all my stuff on my settings and everything that I want.
You think they can transfer that account to a new Activision account? Can Activision
that's what they
that?
say on the like help thing, but I've also seen a bunch of people say like they can't do it. I don't know. It's very frustrating where I'm just like, I want this guy to like, I just want to be able to change my email address so I can have like a valid email address where I can change all the shit and then I can kick the guy out and then it's good.
So I've got two things you can try. So there's like 8 classes or so you can set, 10 classes. You probably really only use 2 or 3 of them, Alex? That's about what I use. Yeah. So maybe just down at the bottom, set yours down there. And maybe
I've done it. No, I've done it.
And he's changes all of them?
Every single because my point now is I'm like, all right, you're gonna change my shit up. Well, then every single time I get on, like last night, I was so frustrated trying to get in through a back way on Activision. I just was like, fuck you, dude. And I changed all of his shit. I wish I could delete guns. I wish I could like delete stuff just so I would sabotage my account just to fuck this guy over at this point.
That's what I'm saying. So try just changing like 3 of the classes and leave the rest alone for him. So maybe he'll stop fucking with yours and change it so you don't have to reload yours every time. But if he keeps doing it, then here's what you do. Save, like take pictures of what all of his classes are. When you're done changing yours for the night, set it back to his, but change like 1 or 2 things on it. So he's like, oh, why is my gun so jumpy right now? And you're like, you got the wrong grip on, bitch. So he just gets really annoyed with his loadouts not working the way he wants them to work.
Good. I don't think this guy's that good. I'm not good, but I think this guy's worse than I am.
That's funny. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Just try and fuck with this shit in little ways.
Dude, like I hope that nothing but the worst happens to this guy. I hope that he gets herpes. I hope that he has herpes flare up at all times. I hope that I hope that his kids are stupid. I hope that his kids are not very good or talented at anything. I hope that his husband or wife are just ugly as fuck and that they cheat on him with his best friend. Hope ideally one of his friends. Like I hope while he's playing on my account that like his husband or wife or boyfriend or girlfriend is sucking one of his friends' dicks while they're also playing with him on Call of Duty on my account. Like I hope that is happening to him. I hope that he's walking down the street and he like stumbles and he drops his keys into like a sewer grate. Like I hope that happens. I hope he loses his car keys. I hope that like I don't know if they pay taxes in whatever country he lives in. I have no idea what country he lives in, but he doesn't live in America. I don't know if they do taxes there or not. But I hope that like whatever their version of the IRS is doesn't receive his taxes. I hope that I just hope that nothing but everything terrible happens to this person because they're a fucking asshole. And whoever dude, like what a weird thing. But this was also like we began this with you saying like, oh, why do I care so much? And it was just like I was like just yelling at my TV yesterday, trying to get into like because it's my fault for not updating the email address. I get it, but like. Also, I didn't ever think I was going to need to update my email address on my fucking Call of Duty account. I thought that was one of those things you create and it's just with you. And it's just it's like, fuck
get it, man.
Fuck that shit. That was my not cool. I thought it was a pretty solid not cool. I was very, very, very heated about it. And at the end of the day, it's like, it's an Xbox game. Just Alex, chill the fuck out. But like, fuck, man. You know how much time we spend on that shit? Like when you level up a gun, it's a fucking big deal. I got a gold gun for the first time in a long time. So it's very difficult to do. But again, if anybody wanted to, not saying to do this, don't mention Pass the Gravy in it, but the PlayStation account name is Ali Reza _ Sagdast, ALIREZA _ SAGDAST. It'd be a real shame if a bunch of people just said, hey, you're a fucking asshole. It'd be a real shame. Real shame. Just don't tie it back to Pass the Gravy in any way. And then they'll just be like, why the fuck is everybody yelling at me? And they'll think that we're like the cops or something.
That's a damn good not cool.
I want to go like Liam Neeson on this guy's ass. You know?
So you want to murder him and everyone he knows.
But like digitally.
Okay.
Fuck that dude, you know? Fuck that guy. That's why not cool. And I'm very frustrated with it. If anybody listening to this podcast works for Activision, hit me up. Let's figure it out. Let's move on to the answers segment where you send us any questions you have. You want relationship advice? You got any high thoughts, drunk thoughts, anything that comes to mind? Hit your boys up. Hashtag PTG Answers at Pass the Gravy Pod on Twitter. The answer segment is brought to you by our pals at Little M Shop. LittleEMShop.com, the best air fresheners, the best everything in the whole world. They have their new t-shirts. New t-shirts are pretty awesome. They say cool stuff. They're just like little embroidered shirts that say always late, don't talk to me, just okay, main character, millennial, pretty smart, tired, weird, all kinds of cool stuff like that. I hear that maybe there's a sort of Little M and PTG collab we're working on. Hopefully we can get something like that in the next couple of months. They have awesome keychains that are flying off the shelves. They have stickers. They have air fresheners, the best air fresheners in the world. And you're going to get free shipping when you order $10 or more worth of stuff at littlemshop.com, littleemshop.com. Check them out and support the people supporting the podcast. Give them a follow on Twitter, at Little EM Tweets, and on Instagram, Little M Shop, littlemshop.com. A little of this, a little at the official sponsors of the Answers segment.
Well, if you just answered the question, why just answer the question? Be honest, no big deal. Yeah, answer the question. Don't change the subject, just answer the fucking question. Answers.
Any questions?
All right. Our first question this week comes from our podcast son, Skylar Lester.
Oh my God, it's Skylar. Wow, my voice is gone.
That was bad.
That was real bad. I can't go high.
At OMG, it's Skylar on Twitter. Skylar says, do superheroes keep their identities secret because they don't want to get sued for property damage? Great question.
You know, they always say it's to protect those around them, but I think that might be it.
I think we don't talk enough about like property damage that superheroes cause. Because a lot of times you're like, dude, you just took like, yes, we stopped this one guy, but at what cost? You took down City Hall, 3 other buildings you just flew through. The Batmobile has ruined countless buildings. Like, I would say superheroes cost way more money than they save.
Well, but they save lives.
True.
And you can't put a price tag on a life.
That's like, I guess you can't. But it's I could. How many
You
buildings do you get to just fuck up before like, all right, dude, can we not do that next time? Like maybe let's figure out some more plans, you know?
That's how it goes, man. I mean, I would say, you know, that makes sense because the only one that just lets his identity be out there is Tony Stark. And he's so fucking rich and has robots that'll just like fly over to the building and fix it like right after the damage happens.
Well, Batman's also a rich superhero.
Yeah, but he is not going to give up his money.
Well, he gives to charity.
Yeah.
Which sort of fixes stuff.
He gives to orphans, not buildings. You're going to defend a fucking building, dog? A building? He gives a shit about buildings.
I just think there's so much stuff that's just like fucked up. Like, it's like blown up and just like lost because like how many cars did people lose because Batman was driving erratically chasing after the Joker? Like at what point do we just get Batman a goddamn helicopter and tell him to fucking chase you that way?
Yeah, well, I mean, the
You're
Joker
Batman.
probably would have.
You can fly down.
The Joker probably would have messed up those cars anyway. Batman just had to stop him before more. Here's the thing: Joker would have done more destruction. Batman did a little to stop the Joker from doing more.
I think at a certain point, like, yeah, I get it. You're saving lives, but like, we gotta say, like, if you're being unnecessary with what you're like, did you need to throw the guy into the third building that you threw him through the wall for? Like, did you need that, or could you have stopped after the second one? It seems like it broke his back.
You want to talk about real property damage? Superman. The dude flies through buildings and takes down
that
buildings.
guy just did not fucking care.
That's
about
why
insurance.
That's why Batman wanted to kill him in the new DC movies, because look, like he leveled Metropolis in a fight with somebody else.
Citizens so much money. Their tax dollars are all going to this.
I own an insurance company, and I'm not going to pay out for this.
Like, should superheroes have to have insurance? I think that's a real question.
I mean, I don't. Here's the thing: who's going to pay? Superman doesn't have a bank account. Clark Kent does. That's why they keep their identity secret.
You get a guy that just.
I think there's
that handles it. You get an agent for the superheroes.
You know what it is? It's the defense budget. The government probably pays for it. Where like portions of the defense budget that Superman is able to cover, so they don't have to buy 36 more F-16s for $8 trillion. They just use that towards property damage.
Okay, that makes sense. I can see that. But like, should they have to have like incidental insurance and shit like that? Like, I think they should have to have some sort of insurance.
That's the fucked up thing is the building probably has to have the insurance.
Where like Superman, like it's like, dude, you didn't need to, like, that building was not even, that had nothing to do with what was going on. That building was 17 blocks away from whoever fucking Superman fights.
Like, if you're gonna have a building in Metropolis, you better have superhero incidental insurance.
Yeah, you just gotta have it. Like, don't just unnecessarily fly through buildings all willy-nilly.
That's what it is. The superheroes don't have insurance. It's once again, it all gets passed down to the regular person.
It's all the taxpayer guys. Superheroes, politicians, they're all the same. You know it.
No, because superheroes actually do some good.
Yeah, that's true.
Politicians are 99% pieces of shit.
We don't need to go into that.
I'll do it all goddamn day. How much time you got, brother?
This ain't no political podcast, all right? No political podcast.
If you really cared, you'd do it for free. Huh?
Like, remember when Spider-Man and the Tobey Maguire one, where he stops the train? And it's like, dude, you just fucked up the entire like mass transit infrastructure in this city. Like, and I get that they were like, we won't tell anybody, Spider-Man, your mask came off. I'd be like, yo, bro, I'm not paying tax on that. This fucking guy stopped the whole train.
Yeah, you are a dick that would ruin everything. That's true.
I mean, it was Tobey Maguire. It was fucking him. We won't tell. You think that that whole train, no one's gonna say who Spider-Man was? Bullshit.
It was a different time. It was a different time.
Also, New Yorkers, they ain't snitches, man. Spider-Man was a man of the people.
I guess so.
Plus, it's New York City and it's people riding trains. You have to assume at least 80% of them are just insane.
Okay. Well, let's move on then. There you go. Our next question is from Matthew Jaramillo at TXJalapeno85 on Twitter. He says, what happens if you inhale a mosquito?
It fucking dies like it was born to do.
I would say that it dies, yeah. But like, could it bite you?
I mean, no, it would sting you. I think that's what they do.
No, mosquitoes bite. They have proboscises. It's called a proboscis. They suck your blood. They don't sting.
I don't know.
A stinger. You'd have to have a stinger.
Is it their actual mouth though, or is it like a different needle
Yeah, they
thing?
stick their it's called a proboscis again. They stick that and then they suck your blood. A bee, a wasp, a hornet, they have stingers.
But just if you swallow them real quick and it goes back into your throat, then they're probably going to be squished before they have the chance.
You fuck them up, yeah, because it's like your stomach acids and shit just start getting them.
Well, no, I just mean like if they go back in your throat and your throat closes
if it was just flying around, that'd be the worst.
You
what
just
if a
feel
mosquito got into like a vein? Would they just die because they were just like in heaven? Is that like heaven for mosquitoes? They're just like, oh my god.
Well,
I'm drowning in what I love.
First of all, they're not big enough. I mean, they're too big. They're too big.
Right. No, I'm saying, but like, if a mosquito, like, would that be the ideal scenario for a mosquito, where they're just in your vein completely? Like,
no, because they'd be drowning because they still need air to breathe.
But they'd love it though. They'd be like, what a way to go, you know?
Is that like drowning in pussy?
Right, guys. You guys get what we're saying,
babe.
Come on. I just want to drown that pussy, babe.
Yeah. The mosquito gets fucked up. Mosquitoes are pieces of shit.
Robert, do you agree?
That's what I'm gonna say.
Yeah, they just die.
Yeah, I mean, I get what he was saying. He was probably like, "Are they just inside you, like just mosquito and everything?" And it's like, no, I don't think so. That'd be the worst if they were. Yeah, that'd be worse than like a watermelon growing in your stomach. Mosquito, it's like itchy and you can't get it. Like itchy from your insides, that'd be the worst.
I just think trying to poop out a watermelon.
That seems like, it seems very painful.
Ugh.
That's the worst. And
even with how fast my digestive system works.
That's true. That's a good question, though, Matthew. Our next one is from Ryan Mazak at Ryan Mazak on Twitter. Mazoch is how you spell Mazak. Ryan says, what is worse, biting your tongue, stubbing your toe, or hitting your elbow/funny bone?
All right. Well, first of all, I want to say, are we sure that's pronunciation? Did you get a confirmation on that? If not, let us know.
I'm not sure.
Yeah. So if not, let us know. I'm going to say 100% biting your tongue.
That's what I was leaning towards. The funny bone sucks, but like the funny bone, it's like, it's the worst, but then it's like, you get that weird tingly feeling at a certain point.
It's for like 4 seconds. It sucks for 4 seconds.
I don't know. Have you ever hit your elbow really hard on something and then it just like, it does it for like 10 minutes? It's the worst. Am I just going to feel like this forever?
Well, here's the thing. Okay. Even if you want to say that goes for it. When you stub your toe, it's usually like 5, maybe 10 seconds of pain. And then you're just like, God damn. But it's like sharp pain. It's hard pain.
But have you stubbed your toe before and then you get like a purple like toe? You have like a purple big toe because it like, you hit it that hard. Hey, I've done that.
No, I'm an athlete. I don't do that.
But still.
Biting your tongue is the worst because then it's at least all day.
Yeah. I would say biting your tongue 100%.
It's just it's always there. You eat, you hit your tongue, you're like, fuck, that sucked. Biting your tongue is the worst.
Robert, what do you think?
You know, I'm actually gonna go funny bone. Don't like the way that feels at all.
Really?
Don't like it.
Robert's like, it's too close to having a buzz. I don't like not feeling in control.
It does feel like you're like the static on the TV. You're just like.
What if we added
this
like
is my elbow now.
Burning your tongue? What would be worse out of those?
Usually you're eating something delicious. So
I
would say like biting your tongue is the worst because then you feel like you're like, I don't know how to talk. Like it's like I feel stupid then too, and I'm in pain.
Is it? I feel like burning the roof of your mouth is worse than burning your tongue. I feel like the tongue heals quicker.
Yeah.
The roof of your mouth when you burn it is just like, dude, that's literally you say the word literally.
It just melts.
Your tongue hits the roof of your mouth 3 times in the word literally.
Literal, yeah.
Like it's everything you say. It's right there. And like people could be like, oh, well, it's your tongue hitting it. Yeah, but like so the roof of the mouth sucks.
Biting your tongue is worse than burning it though.
Yes. But burning the roof of your mouth is worse than burning your tongue.
If you have your tongue pierced, is it worse to bite your tongue though? Like, do you not give a fuck about biting your tongue? Like, maybe I'll just pierce it again.
You still do because it's not a piercing. Like the piercing goes through and then it heals around the piercing and you're good.
But
biting your tongue, you're just like
trying to
You're
pierce it
mashing. You're slightly stabbing, yet just punching your tongue with 2 hard bits. Biting your tongue sucks. It's the worst.
Biting your tongue sucks. I'm gonna say biting your tongue. Let's move on to our next one. Our next answers question is from. It was a great question, Ryan. Josh Tree Coddle at Joshua Tree 713. He says, "Why do dogs walk in circles before they lay down? Do they have OCD?"
Oh, no, it's just because they're cute.
They gotta get the spot set up, you know.
They just gotta, you know.
I just want to be comfortable. My boxer, Felicia, R.I.P. She used to she would get on the bed and she would circle like 57 times. It's just like, what are you doing? Why? And just, I'm gonna go around again. 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 Okay, I'm gonna stop. I'm not ready. I'm gonna go around again. 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 Up. I'm gonna reverse ways. I'm gonna go around again. I'm gonna go around again. And it's just like, what are you like? How is it? How are you patting it down? Like, how is it making it any better? How is you just walking around in circles improving any of this? And it was just like, I think sometimes they just want to find that sweet spot to lay down.
That's just weirdo boxer shit, though, too. That many times.
I've seen other dogs do it.
They just got to get comfortable. I mean, the best is when you see a dog do it a couple of times and they lay down and then they squirm for a second and then they get back up like, nope, that wasn't it. And they do it again. Yeah. And the second time, like, all right, got it this time.
Wheezy does this it's like the sweetest thing ever where she just Wheezy will spoon you. Like it's like Wheezy like a human where she will back her butt up to as close to my stomach or chest or whatever that she's laying on, and she makes sure she's 100% parallel with me. Sometimes it's just oh, okay, Wheezy. It's funny, but she's not Wheezy she'll ball up, but she's not a ball sleeper all the time. My boxer always slept in a ball, and she would try to get as small as she could get. Wheezy will lay sideways. She'll lay out like paws out. But then Wheezy's a snuggler though, so she always wants to be touching you.
That's always great with the snuggle dogs when they do that, and you cuddle them like that. But then sometimes, eventually at one point in the night, you turn around, you go back to back with a dog. You're like, oh, this feels so good. But especially with big dogs in the morning when you're like that, and then they'll just throw their head up over your shoulder and lay it on the side of your face in the morning, and you're like,
oh, good morning.
Oh. Everything about that is great. Yeah, no, it's.
I think dogs do to an extent have a. They do to an extent have OCD. I think all dogs sort of have OCD.
They know they got to get comfortable, but also they're like, my human's gonna enjoy this.
And I think most dogs their instinct is protect my person, and I want to get comfortable. Those are the two phases that dogs go in and out of. We're
yes.
Oh, I living in an apartment. My neighbors, if they have we have these sliding flippy doors, where you can slide them out. They're accordion doors, I guess. And you can on our washing machines, and our neighbors do that too. And every time you can tell they're doing laundry and they slide that door closed, we and it's she'll be dead asleep and then she's barking at the neighbor through the wall. But she's okay, protect people. All right, cool. Now I'm gonna go back to sleep. And then she goes back to her bed and she's right now she's just sprawled out across her bed. But I feel it's always smaller dogs try and get bigger when they lay down. Bigger dogs try and get as small as they possibly can. My brother's pit bull, giant dog, and she wants to be in your lap, front and center. If you're sitting in just like a lazy boy, she's on your lap, just oh, I just wanted to snuggle. Wheezy will try and lay all the way across the chair, and it's just I think little dogs, smaller dogs, they try and spread out, take up more room, and big dogs are no, I'm little. Every dog thinks they're the opposite of what they really are.
Good
so
puppers.
That's just dog instincts, but I think a little bit of it is OCD, especially with boxers. Boxers are very OCD.
Boxers are they're a whole different thing.
I love my Wheezy girl. She's a mutt. Boxer is the best dog breed though.
They're so dumb. It's perfect.
Not all of them are dumb.
No, I don't mean that in a bad way, but you know exactly what I mean.
Just goofy, I'll run into walls. I don't know.
You just look at their face and they're like, huh?
Mm-hmm. Boxers are awesome.
Love them. Love boxers.
Great question, Josh. Our final question this week is from our buddy Jonathan Frederick at John Freds on Twitter. He says, are children who act in R-rated movies allowed to watch the film when it's done?
I'm pretty sure yes, because I swear I remember seeing Kirsten Dunst on the red carpet for Interview with a Vampire.
And you can also like it's like you can have
Parental discretion.
It's as long as you have parental, yeah, as long as you have parents or whatever. And usually, I would imagine if you're acting in a movie as a kid, that's what is it? Is it 13? It's rated R or 15 or whatever it is. It's not 18.
I don't know. It's been so long.
But like, say you're in 11, like the Stranger Things kids. I would assume that like when that first season premiered, that their parents also went to the screening of the show. You know, it's not. I'm not that Stranger Things is R-rated or anything, but like if Stranger Things was a movie, and I don't know her name that played 11. Say she like was in a
Bobby
movie,
Brown.
I think Millie
Bobby
Brown.
Brown. Jinx.
Nailed it. Is that really it?
Yeah, Millie Bobby Brown.
Okay. Well,
why are you doubting me?
But I would assume they're like, no, but Bobby Brown is Whitney Houston's ex.
But this is Millie Bobby Brown.
Right. It's one of those names where it's like, I feel like I'm adding Bobby Brown because Bobby Brown sounds familiar. And it's like, I don't know. Like Lin-Manuel Miranda. I was like Lin-Juan-Manuel Miranda was for what I thought his name was for a while.
That's racist.
Like, why did I add Juan to it? No, I don't know why, but it was just like I thought it was like Juan-Manuel Miranda, and then it was Lin Juan. It's like no, there's no Juan in it at all. But for some reason, I thought I heard that his name was Juan-Manuel Miranda at one point.
No one thinks that's his name.
Get it? Yeah, no, I couldn't get it out of my head. I get what you did there.
Let's get to the last question.
Where were we?
Oh wait, no, we're already in it.
No,
we're already in it.
Yeah, but I think like if you're in a movie and you're like if any sort of relationship with your parents, I would assume that they're going to be at the premiere, so it's like you get the parental discretion, and then also it's like I'm fucking working, dude.
Right?
Like,
if you can be in the movie, you can watch.
You 100% get in there.
Now, like.
Right.
I don't know. Maybe if you're just like a small bit, I'm saying if you're a main actor, if you're a small bit actor and there's like graphic sex scenes in the movie, maybe not that one, but you just go with your parents and then they cover your eyes during that scene.
I think if you're in the movie, there's just like, they just allow
it's art.
Just like, whatever, dude.
It's art. Don't censor art.
Right. So yes, Robert, do you agree?
Yeah, they can watch it. I'm sure they can. Why wouldn't they?
He's like, fuck it. Why not? Fudge it. Why not? Right?
Mom, don't be a bitch. I'm in the movie.
Will you start incorporating like don't say fuck, but just start saying like fudge it. Like just use that as like make that a thing you start saying. Just start like just say
I don't think I'll do that. No.
Come on, try it. It'd be funny.
Oh, no, say oh biscuits.
Rattlesnakes.
No, biscuits.
What? Oh, rattlesnakes.
I want him to use Butter's terms.
Oh, biscuits.
That's it.
All right, use biscuits.
He's not going to do it.
I'm not good.
Just work it out. Just try it out. Try it out this weekend. See how it goes.
Cheese and crackers.
Exactly. Fiddlesticks. That's always a solid one. If you want to send your answers, questions into us, use the hashtag PTG answers to @PassTheGravyPod. I'm at Alex J. Middleton. Pat is at not Pat DN. Robert is at Robert Barbosa03. Go buy some Pass the Gravy merch. You want to support the podcast? You can go and buy some Bees Knees Honey Company, some Alamo Remedy CBD, some stuff from LittleMShop.com, some Southern Star Brewing Company beer. Or you can go to PassTheGravyMerch.com and buy any gear from the Pass the Gravy store that you want. All of that is supporting the podcast. Hit us up. Let us see you in your Pass the Gravy gear. Please support the podcast. Share us with a friend. Give us a 5-star review on iTunes, Spotify, iHeartRadio, wherever you listen to podcasts. Help spread the word. Let's let this gravy gang take over the goddamn world. If you wanted to attack the person on PlayStation, just go back to My Not Cool and then, tell them they can go fuck themselves. And anybody at Activision listening, please hit me up and help me out with my Call of Duty account. Go West Ham. Let's go West Ham. Stay at the top of the table.
Come on, you Irons.
Come on, you fucking Irons. You guys have a great rest of your week. And until we talk to you guys next time, pass the gravy. Bitches!
Got it bad just today. You hit me with a call to your place. Ain't been out in a while anyway. Hoping I could catch you throwing smiles in my face. Romantic talking now, you don't have to try. You're cute enough to